You're watching the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network. Now it's time for the Brent Austen Show.
Hey, what's happening after a bye week in Jacksonville? 10-game, 10-week stretch to the finish line. And what a week we have here in the Jacksonville area as we get set for the Jags right in the mix to embark on the second half. In Las Vegas they begin, and then Florida-Georgia week has arrived in Jacksonville, and that's interesting because, well, the Gators don't really have a coach. Billy Gonzalez will do his best to lead the way, and we'll see what kind of impact that makes. Could get a good bump. A lot of times you get a bump. Unpredictability for Georgia, I think that kind of strikes a bit of fear into the Bulldogs because they don't know what to expect out of this Gators team. And Gators have talent now. I mean, they can hang around with anybody, as they've proven. So will they get a win here in Jacksonville? And it could be a big game for Georgia. And then we got high school football, final week of the regular season. We're going to do 2 days of it, Thursday and Friday, 2 games of the week, Whataburger games of the week. And then I think we might even do 2 Farrah Friday Night Zone Blitzes on Thursday, Friday. So a lot happening. And good to have you back. And good to be back. Brent Martin, Austin Lane. Kim's Corner is here today for the first time in a while. Hamby got a day off.
Hamby got, what a surprise. Kim, I'm here with you in terms of, obviously, your Phillies couldn't get the job done. My Brewers sure as hell couldn't get the job done. So not only is this a Monday show on the Brent Austen Show, but it's also a show of healing and us absolutely forgetting about baseball. It's hockey season. Best of luck to your Flyers. My Wings hopefully do their job, and obviously your Eagles. I feel like you have nothing to worry about over there as well. So just enjoy the good times, Kim. Don't think about the bad times.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I didn't know if she was going to jump in on that.
Yeah.
That was good. That was very good. That's a good recap of everything, Kim, there. And the Eagles are back on track. They look good, and the Giants, Cam Scatterbo, there. And Saquon Barkley goes out of the game. And did you see Tank Bigsby had himself a pretty nice day for the Philadelphia Eagles? So that was an interesting development. I had a couple other notes, by the way. Trayvon Walker tonight on Jags Report Live, so we'll see where he is injury-wise. Liam Cohen talks within the hour, so we'll see if he gives us any updates. He hasn't been really too keen on giving a lot of great updates on the injuries. Might have to wait until the practice report comes out a little bit later in the week. But the Jags are back to work, and we'll be over there and have some of what's going on there. And then will he say anything about some of these Brian Thomas Jr. rumors that were floating around this weekend? And I shouldn't say some. I think if we're being real about this was a Diana Rossini report and not really anybody else that I saw, at least. And then it became something on Saturday, at least on social media, that, oh, boy, let's trade this guy for this guy. And there were some pretty appetizing trade deals out there by social media from Bills fans and Patriots fans and other fans. But I think this is a taking phone calls does not necessarily mean he's on his way out the door because you take phone calls for just about anybody. I mean, you're not going to pick up the phone and listen. Why wouldn't you, right? So it'll be interesting to see if Liam addresses that today, Austin, because the one thing that he did before the bye week is he said, hey, we're going to let Cam Little kick through it. He's our guy, and we believe in him. Do they believe in Brian Thomas Jr. the way they believe in Cam Little is a question we don't know publicly yet, I guess.
Yeah, I would hope that they believe in Brian Thomas Jr. as much as they believe in Cam Little. Now, did they believe in Tyson Campbell? Probably not. So I think you can make an argument for both ways. They still believe in Brian Thomas Jr. They're giving him opportunities. They're trying to let him work through it, plays designed towards him and everything, a chance to redeem himself. But at the same time, this regime has showed that if you're not fitting the scheme or if you're not fitting what's expected, they can make a change. Now, do I think this Diana Rossini, who I think has, ties to a lot of agents, maybe including my former agents, does she know them a lot more than maybe what's going on in the building? Maybe. Was this sparked more from maybe Brian Thomas's agents than it was more people in that building? Not saying yes, not saying no, but I think it's worth consideration. I just think that if I'm Liam Cohen and I see the skill set of what Brian Thomas Jr. presents and what he did last year, I think it would be crazy to let him go. I think it would be crazy to not let him work through it unless you got a king's ransom for Brian Thomas Jr., and I simply don't see that happening.
Yeah, well, here's the deal. You're not selling high. So King's ransom is really hard to get. Now, again, some of the social media deals that we saw, those weren't bad. Those would actually be better than I thought.
I didn't.
Get.
What were some of the deals? Because I haven't
Well,
seen.
I mean,
a lot
it was
of
like
them.
the Buffalo Bills need a receiver, right? So it's like first round pick and Keon Coleman, you know. And I was like, is that a King's ransom? I don't know, but that would be, hey, you're getting a first round pick back and you're getting a player. I think the Patriots one was something similar. There were several draft picks and another one. I mean, again, you can make up your own. These are like this is social media.
Like they're not going to. I mean, because Keon Coleman's a first rounder. Was he not? Or not?
I think
Maybe he wasn't.
More second rounder.
Second rounder,
least,
okay. But like, I don't see them trading. And I get like he's still trying to work into his own and everything. But like, I don't see them trading him and then also a first rounder for Brian Thomas.
Listen, I'm not giving any credibility to anything that was put out there. I'm just saying I was surprised that even people, at least when this floated Saturday, there was a lot of respect for Brian Thomas Jr.'s game nationally. It wasn't like, he's a lost cause, like the drops, the bump, everything else. So I think people really value him, and I don't know right now where we value him in Jacksonville and where the Jags value him. Right? You know, I'm concerned about him. Like I have not been quiet about that. I think we've been talking about this since week 1.
Of course.
And I don't know how you break that. I don't know I don't know if it's a long-term thing. I don't know if it's a sign of what's to come. Did he just have an unbelievable year? And we know he's talented. So he's going to mix some good in, but it's more about being reliable. It's more about 3rd and 8 late in the game. You throw it to him. You want to throw it to him. He's your guy. Is he going to get it? And I think that's what we just don't know. I said this before the break, meaning the bye. I mean, Liam Cohen is not going to come up with some magic answer when it comes to Cam Little and Brian Thomas Jr. specifically against the Raiders. He's hoping that a little bit of a break changes some of the inconsistencies that he's seen. It's a hope. It's a hit and hope deal, man. Not a, hey, I got an answer. You just don't have an answer to that.
You don't, but I do think the answer could be, and we've talked about this before, and it's crazy that we have to go down this path in terms of talking about a professional football player, but like, do you have to only let him run certain routes?
Yeah.
Like, I think that is doable. Now, is he worth doing that? Right now, that's the question. Like, is Brian Thomas Jr., is he worth tailoring your entire offense where it's like, okay, we can't really put him down the middle. Okay, we have to set him up in spots to succeed. Like, I think he is worth it because, once again, a guy with that size and speed isn't a common thing. So, like, I would try to use that and harness that the best that I could and wouldn't get rid of him. But maybe Liam Cohen thinks differently. And if he did, I wouldn't blame him for it. Like, it's a lot to ask a coach or everything to tailor an entire offense, to limit really an offense and really taper things down a little bit simply because one guy's not playing well right now.
Yeah, but you can't, like to your point, you have said it a bunch, we've said it a bunch. You can work around it a little bit. Until it gets, and then you try some stuff, right? And then if you try to bring it back slowly, if you will, and we'll see if they're able to do it. It'll be interesting to see if Cohen talks about it today. Again, I believe in the young man. I'm not giving up on the young man if I'm the organization, but I also don't think anything's off the table to consider if it comes your way. I think you can do both. Like, that's not talking out of both sides of your mouth. That is like legitimately how business works. You wouldn't like turn down something that looked really, really good. To that point now, I was just out with Rich Jones this morning, WOKV, and I said this. Asked me about a week ago, Austin, I think Jags might be some buyers and making moves here at the deadline. The more this sat over the weekend, and when you're in a bye week and you don't make any moves, I now kind of wonder where the Jags are with a week away from the deadline, November 4th. So that's next Tuesday. I don't know if I feel that the Jags are making a move. We talked about some splash moves they could make. If they make a move or two, it's at very moderate level, more than splash, probably. I don't feel like I see a splash move happening for the Jags now that the bye week has come and gone and they're on to the Raiders week, because now that really gives you, in my opinion, gives you today, tomorrow, and then like next Monday, Tuesday, when the deadline comes, to see where you're at. And maybe that's what they're holding out for. And maybe other teams are holding out the same breath. It could be an active deadline. There have been rumors about it. But I don't feel as strongly as I did maybe a week ago that the Jags are going to be heavy players by next Tuesday in moves.
I mean, when you say heavy players, like, are they going to bring in the household names that we all know? Probably not.
Yeah.
But, like, I also look at this regime of James Gladstone saying, every week's an opportunity to try to improve the roster. And I think if you go by the last 2 weeks of what this roster has been able to do, there's been a lot that you don't like, and that's on both sides of the ball. So if there's a player out there, and once again, maybe not a household name, but you feel like you can upgrade in terms of depth, or you can upgrade maybe in terms of a starting position, or at least bring in competition, I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't do that, simply because I feel like that's kind of been the mantra all year. And I think it should be the mantra now, especially after 2 games where you probably looked your worst so far this year.
Yeah, I think this game will be interesting to see because they'll get maybe. Lockett just signed with the Raiders. Jacoby Myers, is he expendable? Mm-hmm. What does that look like? And, remember when they went to the Saints and they end up trading for Saunders? Mm-hmm. Not that that's materialized in anything.
Yeah, we haven't really seen a lot of him.
Yeah, nothing, which is really, in a way, surprising because, like, Austin Johnson's done nothing either. So,
but and I was adamant about this because everybody thought Saunders was going to replace Eric Armstead, and that wasn't his game. I mean, he's a nose tackle.
Yeah,
and like I think they feel like they have Hamilton and whoever else there, Austin Johnson, whoever rose in. So like, I mean, you're not going to start 3 nose tackles, or you're going to bring up 3 nose tackles to the active game day roster, especially when those 3 nose tackles aren't necessarily known for their pass rushing prowess.
This guy's played a good amount of football. I mean, Johnson's not really doing anything in terms of impact. That's why I've been surprised he hasn't been up at all. Mm-hmm. But obviously, whatever it looks like in practice and everything else, I just don't think, unless somebody's going to tell me some PFF numbers on Austin Johnson, I just don't think it's been there. Mm-hmm. And they've been pretty light on the interior anyway. Like, why wouldn't you mix it up and try something else? Saunders has played a really good football. He's played good football in his career and is experienced guy. So I didn't see him being inactive every week. Mm-hmm. I'll be honest with you. I didn't see that, but maybe we'll see him more. Who knows? I mean, is that one of the moves that gets made coming out of the bye week potentially for the Jags? Hey, the big picture deal of this for Jacksonville when you're coming out of the bye week are 2 things in my opinion. The standings in the AFC, which right now the Jaguars are one of 9 teams that I would say feel good about having playoff chances.
Sure.
From Indianapolis Patriots, Broncos, Steelers, and then the wild cards right now are Bills, Chargers, Jags. Right behind them, the Chiefs. I would think everybody feels good about the Chiefs making a playoff push. And then Houston, I'm going to keep them in the mix after their win over San Francisco right now at 3-4. Jags a game ahead, but do have the game in hand. So Houston's going to be an interesting team there to figure out.
Yeah, they're starting to stress me out probably a little more than a couple weeks ago because I feel like now they're starting to find their offense, even though Nico wasn't playing. And now with the emergence of Woody Marks, who seems to make their offensive line better, and obviously they have already one of the best defenses in the NFL. Like, yeah, didn't like watching that Niners game. I mean, and once again, like Mac Jones didn't play like himself. The 49ers couldn't get the ball, couldn't get a first down in the first half. Like, there's a lot of things that were maybe an anomaly. But I did not like the fact now, I feel like Stroud's got a little more confidence, that offense has a little more confidence. Because that was the issue.
Yeah, no doubt. Their defense is best in the league, arguably, right? But they do have this, Austin, coming up. They got the Broncos. If they can win that game, they get the Jags, which they've had a lot of success against the Jags, and then the Titans right after. Mm-hmm. They could roll 3 off in a row. But then they get the Bills, Colts, Chiefs, Cardinals, Raiders, Chargers, Colts. I mean, it's not a murderer's row, but it's like, they're behind the 8 ball a bit, too. So, I mean, if the Jags could beat them again, it would feel like what a separator if that were to be the case. And then they might have to beat somebody like the, Chargers, Chiefs, Bills to kind of get themselves fully back into the race, which they could.
Yeah.
No doubt they could. They've been there before, and that defense is going to travel. So my point is there are 9 teams. I don't count Cincinnati after that loss. I think that's a bad loss for Cincinnati. They're now 3-5. And then everybody else is 2-5 or below. So you've got 9 teams right now, if you count Houston and Kansas City, fighting with the Jags and the Chargers and the Bills. And I think the Bills will certainly get a spot. We think the Chiefs will get a spot. It really might come down to the Jags, Chargers, Texans for one playoff spot. Like, that is huge. The Jags will go back-to-back really big games at Houston and home against the Chargers in the next few weeks right out of these gates. They could be massive games in telling the story. The other thing is the Colts. Like, do you have a legitimate chance to contend in the AFC South? You're down 2 games in the division. The Colts have been really good. I mean, really good. And I think they are really good, but it's about to get a little trickier for the Colts. Steelers, Falcons, hey, winnable games, but certainly a little tougher than playing the Titans twice and the Raiders and everybody else.
Well, watching the Falcons, I mean, but
yeah,
listen, it's
which Falcons
it's a
team's
week
gonna
by
show up, yeah.
It's a week by week basis.
Which Steelers team's going to show up?
Of course,
Steelers look just okay.
Yeah,
you know. But then they have the Chiefs, Texans, Jags. Again, if those teams are in the mix, those could be tough. Seahawks, 49ers, Jags, Texans. I mean, every game down the stretch is going to be a battle, but they look really good. So I guess my point is, do you think the AFC South is still in play for the Jags?
Yeah, I mean, of course, there's plenty of games, and knock on. I don't wish injuries on anybody, but like they're one injury away on the Colts from Jonathan Taylor, obviously.
Yeah,
where they're a completely different ball team. But if they can stay healthy and they can keep playing like they're playing, I do have a hard time believing anyone's going to catch them. I mean, now they got to play here in Jacksonville, and that's kind of always been their curse. But they're by far the favorites right now, simply because I think that, and we went over this on Friday or Thursday when we did like the whole law bit. I mean, I still think they have the best running back. I think they have one of the best tight ends. They have one of the best offensive lines, and their defense is pretty solid. Like, that's a combination to win a division title.
Yeah. The defense, I think, is questionable.
I think it's middle of the road, which that's fine.
My curiosity about the Colts is really twofold. One is, are they out in front so well right now, like that they took care of? You got to give them credit for taking care of business and then winning the two games that were iffy games. They beat the Chargers and the Broncos. Those are the two that were like, okay, if you look at this overall schedule, the other ones were, and we say this in the NFL, but it never works out that way, where you play 5-6 other games against teams that like you should beat. That's not how it works in the NFL. And they have done it. That's my point with them. Like, it's impressive that they not only beat the Dolphins, the Titans twice, the Raiders, they whooped those guys. Like, it wasn't even close. So, to me, that's a sign of a pretty good team.
They whooped the Chargers. I mean, they
whooped
really
the Chargers,
whooped the
too.
Chargers, too. Like, the Chargers got some at the end, but, like, they whooped the Chargers.
The only two games that have been close on a win are Broncos and Cardinals.
Yeah.
And they had a chance to lose. And they probably got a break in the Broncos game. They're in week 2.
And they should have beat the Rams.
And they probably should have beat the Rams. So that might wash out either way. You win one, you lose one there.
Like how we feel about the Bengals game, where the Jaguars should have won that, Colts fans probably feel the same way about that Rams game.
Yeah. The difference is really the Broncos game, that week 2, when the Jags were getting a bad call to lose that game, the Colts were getting a good call to win that game. Because the Broncos got screwed in that game from back in week 2. So, and by the way, the Broncos are dang good, it looks like. But those are two really good wins, and I just think that's pretty good that they're taking care of business the way they're taking care of business. But my two questions are this about the Colts. One, can they maintain this? And then again, can that, once they start playing a more rugged schedule right in a row, what does that look like? Because I don't think they're a 15-2 team. They're playing like it right now, though.
Oh, yeah, they're definitely playing like it. But, no, I mean, like I said, I think they might be the best, if not one of the best teams in the NFL. So, I mean, yeah, I think theoretically they can beat the Pittsburgh Steelers at Pittsburgh. They should be able to beat the Falcons. Well, that's not even a home game because they're playing where? Germany? They're playing somewhere.
Oh, is that where that is?
Yeah, they're playing
Yeah,
somewhere.
you're right. It's a 9:30 in the morning game, so that one's international.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think, I think they're the team right now in the AFC.
These next 2 weeks are going to be really interesting for the Colts because if they do take care of business, they're going to be 9-1, and it's over. I mean, the AFC South's over. Like, they're going to, for all intents and purposes, you get out to 9, or they're making the playoffs. Let's just say they're a wild card or something.
I just remember like everyone saying, okay, well, we're about to find out who the Colts are when they go to LA and play the Chargers. Well, did we find out now or what?
Did. Yeah. And again,
they whooped them.
They did. And listen,
crazy.
Are they the balance of the schedule is interesting. You get, I mean, the Chargers at that point, they don't have Joe Alt, they don't have that's just the way the league works, right? The Jags didn't take advantage of that. They had Burrow out, didn't win that game. They, I'm sure other teams can say the same. Whatever. Last week Puka Nacua out. That'd be a game like, oh, they got lucky. They got Puka Nacua out. Well, it didn't matter.
Yeah.
They got whooped by the Rams. So, the NFL, as it's shaken out, we're starting to see some things. We're halfway through. So now it becomes a little bit more of a real deal thing, and I think the Jags are going to be right there. But this game against the Raiders certainly will say a lot. All right, let's take time out. Brent Austen Show, Action Sports Jax 24/7 Network. We'll get into some of the other things that happened over the weekend, including more on the Colts. But what else happened in the NFL? Brian Kelly gets fired at LSU. What does that mean for college football? What does that mean for the Florida Gators? Florida-Georgia week here in Jacksonville. This game more important for Florida, this game more important for Georgia. I think there's probably an easy answer there. And we will be back and hanging out till 1 o'clock on a Monday. Brent Austen Show, the Action Sports Jax 24/7 Network.
Choose your own adventure. It's not just a saying, but a way of life here at Cycles of Jacksonville. And whether it's 2 wheels or 4 wheels, at Cycles of Jacksonville, a great adventure awaits. With brands like Honda, Vespa, Segway, and Triumph, Cycles of Jacksonville has you covered with their inventory featuring a 60,000 square foot building. If 4 wheels is more your thing, check out the largest selection of Honda Talons in the entire county. No matter what you're looking for, Cycles of Jacksonville is going to have the selection you need, all with great financing and rebates. Plus, if you're active duty military, Cycles of Jacksonville will offer you 0% financing along with great discounts for military and first responders. And when you want to get off the road and set sail, Cycles of Jacksonville has you covered with everything you need to get on the water. So if you're ready for a great adventure, let Cycles of Jacksonville be your guide. Located off Atlantic Boulevard, or check out their website at cyclesofjacksonville.com.
How do we make Mason's famous lobster rolls? It's simple. We get up before dawn, head into the open waters of Maine, haul in our traps by hand, and send only the best straight to our restaurants, where we add warm butter or chilled mayo with a squeeze of lemon, and pile it on a toasted split-top roll, just like it's been done for nearly a century. That's the recipe for Mason's famous lobster rolls.
Thanks for meeting me here.
Okay.
You're my only lawyer friend, and I need your professional opinion.
Okay.
You see that brand new Hyundai Tucson out there?
Yeah.
That's all I paid for it. Do you know what you want?
Yeah. I think I do.
Enjoy your new car.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Deal so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event.
Lease a Hyundai Tucson for $259 a month, or get 2.99% APR, or get $1,750 bonus cash. Hurry in.
Year 2 is in the books for the Jacksonville Armada women's under-23 squad, taking another step forward in the Women's Premier Soccer League. Under the guidance of head coach David Goff, the girls in blue went undefeated at home for a second straight season, including a dramatic draw in the opener.
And they've left it to the death. Unbelievable stuff.
And a late winner to end the season at home.
Headed on. Here's a chance. Gianna Ramirez brings it down, still alive, takes a shot, and into the back of the net.
After fielding a younger roster in 2025 with talent from all across Northeast Florida, the future is bright for the Armada women's team. We highlight the ladies and all things Jacksonville Armada each week on Fleet and Footy on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 Network.
I'll put one in the back of the net for you.
Join us for player profiles, fun interviews, and the very latest on the Fleet and all things footy. That's every Thursday at 2 p.m.
Grab some friends and go to a restaurant or head out for a drink and some conversation. Watch your favorite team play on the big screen. Or how about play some games? You can do all of that in one night at Best Bet. Each location has a different vibe, its own personality, like here at the original Best Bet in Orange Park. When you walk through these doors, everybody knows your name. And here in St. Augustine, it's the newest location. Play some poker. How about the table games? And don't forget about Ace's Sports Bar and Grill. And then there's the Jacksonville location right here on Monument Road. It's the biggest poker room in the state of Florida. Maybe you'll find yourself a seat right here at the final table. Best Bet, where you can have the best of times. And that makes you always go home a winner. Try any of the 3 locations, and you can always visit bestbetjax.com.
Putting your needs first. It's the backbone of how First Florida Credit Union does business.
In all honesty, you might as well be speaking another language when it comes to finances. Sure, I'm good with my money, but what am I missing in the fine print? That's what led me to First Florida Credit Union. They're the perfect choice for anyone starting their financial journey because they keep finances easy. Plus, they offer financial education and resources I can trust. So I'm always growing more confident. And as a young adult, I am constantly adding more responsibilities to my plate. From a car payment to a mortgage, it all adds up. Luckily, First Florida Credit Union makes sure it adds up in all the right places and not the wrong ones by offering better rates and lower fees than traditional banks, even if you're still trying to grow your credit. Because as a member-owned institution, First Florida genuinely puts people's needs first rather than focusing on profit. So I know as my needs change, they'll be right there to help me reach my goals. Check out firstflorida.org to learn how you can benefit too.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austin Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network.
Kind of is it raining outside right now, Kim? I felt like it was sunny going over here. Is this a live feed right now of the Jaguar Stadium?
It's not raining, but it's pretty crappy
Looks
out.
bleak.
Yeah.
Looks bleak. Looks like sad, somber, ominous, whatever you want to talk about it, but you don't got to worry about it when you're traveling to Las Vegas, playing in that beautiful dome that they have. Brent, you've been to Las Vegas, right? You've been to that stadium?
Yeah, Legion Stadium.
Hamby's going to as well. He's excited for it. We talked about it on the show.
Yeah, he's. I didn't know he had never been to Vegas, I guess he said, or just the airport or something.
Now you're responsible
for him.
babysit
him all week.
Hey,
all day.
Hey, let's make sure we
I know it.
Okay.
We'll bring him back in one piece.
Okay.
See how much babysitting needs to be done.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm just hoping he white balances with the camera, quite frankly.
I mean, I feel like of all the places that you're going to have him make his debut on the sidelines, like in terms of an NFL game, and you pick Sin City.
I did.
You pick Las Vegas.
But for the guy that doesn't sin.
No, hey, man. Hey, do you hear people have gone to Las Vegas and said they don't sin?
I know.
Okay.
But at least I'm at a good starting point.
You should probably
it's not like I brought you.
No, I hear you. I hear you. Brent, you need to you're probably going to have to purchase, like the Leaving Las Vegas movie. You ever see that with Nicolas Cage?
Yes.
Go ahead and plop that on for Hamby. Let him watch that. Harry Potter's got to take a little bit of a back
Thursday
seat.
night movie.
Yep, Leaving Las Vegas. And just so he can see the full effect of, hey, man, don't go down that road.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Looks
like fun in the moment, but don't do that.
I know. We're getting out there early, too, and I was thinking, I don't know if I would have done this, but we're leaving earlier than normal with the Jags because of Florida, Georgia, so they're getting out of there. And so we'll be out there so much early. I don't know what time we're even going to be there, but let's just say we're there at noon. Instead, we're usually there at 4 or 5. And I was like, maybe I'll just go play golf. Rent clubs or something and play golf.
In Vegas?
Yeah.
I didn't.
It's a good golf course.
Oh, is there?
Yeah. And so,
Top golfer?
No, real golf. Because
it's the desert. I didn't know they had golf courses.
But I've never played golf in Vegas, and you don't usually on a trip. You don't really go play golf. You get there at 5 o'clock at night, go grab something to eat, do a little work, boom, done. So I was thinking about it, and then I was like, I got to babysit Hamby instead, so I can't play golf.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got you.
I mean, he's never been, so you got to take him out. Never been on a trip, got to take him out. I guess.
This shoe was awesome in that. Dude, my childhood was weird because I first watched as a kid Vegas Vacation, and I'm like, this place looks sweet. Chevy Chase and everybody, because even the kids, you get a fake ID and you can do all this stuff. So I'm like, all right, Vegas looks legit. And then you watch Leaving Las Vegas or Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, and it's like, you know what? Maybe Vegas just isn't for me. I still had fun there, though.
I think Vegas was overrated.
Ooh.
But I mean, I didn't hate it.
Mm-hmm.
I just think it was a bit overrated. A bit. I'd say on the bit overrated side.
Just from the entertainment, from
just the whole the vibe down there on the strip, and now again everything changes,
go to the right
right?
spots,
if you go, maybe I'm not going in the right spots most likely.
Fremont Street's where it's at.
But I did go there.
Yeah, it's fun, man.
Fremont Street.
That's where all the grindiness
actually was a little bit of. It was just more unique. That's probably what I expected more of Vegas.
Yeah, the grit and grime.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's actually a good way to say it. Now, listen, we enjoyed our trip to Vegas, but I just don't know if it was man, this is unbelievable. It's kind of if you go to New Orleans I really like New Orleans.
Love New Orleans.
But now I've been to New Orleans like 20 times. I'm kind of over it. Like, New Orleans is the one place I've been to more than any other. We end up just there with the Jags a bunch, preseason, regular season. I've covered Gator Bowls. I mean, not good. Sugar Bowls there. I covered Super Bowls there. So I've been there a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And but I do think, like, to me now, like, whatever the street, Bourbon Street doesn't do anything for me at all.
Yeah,
but if
for
you
sure.
go off, like, in the French Quarter and other
Yeah.
places, like, that's where now the beauty of New Orleans is at.
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder if there's more to that in Vegas, since I've only really I've been twice, but total of like 4 days.
I mean, as someone who's lived there for a couple months here, a couple months there, what you get is kind of what you get.
It is, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's the Strip. Like, it's beautiful, like, outside the Strip, and I get what people would want to. Well, I don't really, because it's the desert. I don't really vibe with the desert.
You know,
like, some people love the desert.
I kind of like it.
Some people like taking walks through the desert and those mountains and everything. I need some like lushness,
vegetation.
I need some vegetation. Go and give me some ocean if you got that as well. I just can't handle
like
just.
You don't like Arizona.
No, I mean, it's cool to
Utah.
visit. No, but Utah's got snow. I mean, Utah's got like, it's more than a desert in Utah.
Yeah, true. It's not just a desert.
Like, Nevada is just more. I mean, if you go like to by Tahoe area, then you got snow and everything. But like, I'm not a big desert guy.
Yeah, I don't mind. I do wonder if I could have lived there. I don't think I could have lived there, but
Yeah.
I like the scenery while I'm there. Not gonna lie.
Okay,
that's not the problem.
It's good people watching.
Yeah, a lot of good people watching.
That's my pastime there.
And I got to cash in my bet slip anyway when
There
I go
you go.
there. So that's the biggest thing happening.
Hey, and let's go ahead. Are you gonna take care of Hamby's credit cards for him? You gonna keep those under wraps?
Yeah. What do you mean? It's $2 wagers?
Well, I'm just saying the last thing that kid needs is a sports book in a hotel would be like,
yeah,
let me check that
Saturday college football, right?
You guys better get there on a Sunday morning and then leave like Sunday after. Like, I don't. Oh man,
that could be a good trip. We'll see what happens there. The Raiders are not very good.
No.
But back to your point about Allegiant Stadium, it is cool.
Mm-hmm.
Allegiant Stadium's pretty. I mean, it's the newest one, right? Is that the newest place?
The newest stadium.
It is the newest
Did
place,
LA?
right? No, LA was first.
LA was first
Yeah.
before.
So
okay.
this, I think, is the newest one.
Okay.
And then you've got Tennessee coming. Oh, the Bills will be next.
Okay.
And then Tennessee, and then the Jags. I think those are the three stadiums that are being redone.
Is Tennessee just redoing where it's currently at, or is it like a brand new?
No, it's like where it's at, but it's like a redo. I'm pretty sure. I think I have that.
But they're
right.
taking
In
like the
parking
same
lot.
Okay.
No, it's like it's in the same area. It's kind of like Buffalo. Buffalo's doing it pretty much right across the way.
Gotcha.
I think I'm right about that. It's not a I don't think it's a renovation.
Because I haven't seen a lot of renderings of the Tennessee one.
The newest stadiums are SoFi and Allegiant. Both opened in 2020.
Both opened the same year?
Come on, Brent.
That's what Google says.
And we're going to go with it.
I don't think that's right.
Come on, Brent.
Am I wrong? I don't think that's right. It might be right.
SoFi Stadium opened. Okay. Now we're going into it.
The Jags played the last game at the Coliseum in Oakland, and that was Minshew. Would that have been 19 that happened? It could have been because Minshew. Was Minshew 19?
SoFi Stadium opened up September 2020.
Oh, yeah, that's LA.
Yes. And then Allegiant.
When was Minshew? Because Minshew had the whole season in 2020, but they actually won games in
Allegiant
2019.
opened up in 2020.
Wow, I did not know that.
Yes.
Huh. Oh, I guess they are the same birthdays.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Tennessee is a new build right next to it. Thank you, Mr. Hugo. Yeah. And I don't know when that one's opening. I can't. But the Bills is opening next year.
2027.
Tennessee's 27. So the Bills is 26.
Mm-hmm.
Tennessee's 27. Jags 28.
Gotcha.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Bills one looks like it looks like they could play a football game there now. It's at least the latest things I've seen. I thought it was pretty close to being done.
Without like putting fan bases in a box and like labeling them and judging a book by its cover, but don't you feel like the Bills fans need something a little grind? Like,
yeah,
you know,
it's going to be too nice for them.
Yeah,
is that what you're saying?
Yeah, no, and like I mean that with all due respect.
Yeah, no, I get it.
You know,
I think you're kind of right.
But I feel like you guys don't need all of that.
Is it going to change? Like, watch, it'll be like this whole thing, right, where the Bills are good right now, and then the Bills, when they move into that new stadium, they won't win. They'll start to go downhill because kind of the timing is they might go downhill anyway. They're going to have to reset. They've had a nice run.
Yeah, yeah.
And then they'll be like, oh, ever since they got this nice new stadium.
That's what I'm saying, man.
It's too
Look at the Kansas City Chiefs.
luxurious.
Had the worst facilities ever for 10 years in a row?
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
I mean, the Jags lost last year because of the Miller Electric Center. We know that.
There you go. Exactly. Say it again. Say it with your chest. I mean, Vegas makes sense, right? Like the giant Death Star that is, Legion Field. Like, okay, it's Hollywood, it's glitz, it's glammy.
You
that's
gotta
Vegas.
have it.
SoFi, yeah, man. Like all the celebrities pulling up. You trying to up the ante with Buffalo?
Yeah, that's a good point.
You're trying to turn Buffalo into the prestigious private school when you guys are public and jumping through tables? Don't do that.
Yeah, it doesn't fit them as well.
Nope.
Maybe
just concrete. I don't want any video boards. I just want make it like Wrigley Field. It's the Bills, man.
Yeah, and Wrigley and Fenway have done a good job of that, right? Like they keep that old school, but they renovate and kind of keep that pass. Yeah, that Yankee Stadium couldn't do it and it didn't fit, and they stink.
Yeah,
because of it.
Forget these high-tech urinals at each trough.
Trough
it. Trough the whole thing.
Is there a stadium you'd like to see? Because
what do you mean? There's a stadium I'd like to see. Oh, I haven't played in. You mean?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Well, because you haven't played in a lot of them now, probably since they've been redone.
Oh, good call. Yeah.
Well, I don't know a lot. Did you ever play at Arizona?
No, never played in Arizona.
You didn't go to the Super Bowl there.
No.
Did you? No. Well, you've been to the Super Bowl in Atlanta.
Yeah, but I played in Atlanta.
You had played in Atlanta's new one?
No, I'm sorry. I didn't play in Atlanta's new one. No. Didn't play in Atlanta's new one.
Did you ever play in MetLife?
Yes.
Yep. You did? MetLife was built by then. Okay.
Yeah, it was
Chicago's going to actually build another one now. But, yeah, trying to think. Well, Miami's kind of renovated. Have you been there since it's been renovated? Miami's nice.
I think, yeah.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah.
They did a renovation to New Orleans, but you really don't recognize it from the stuff that we see.
Yeah. New Orleans is weird. New Orleans is weird to me.
Yeah, I don't like New Orleans. I think it's another one overrated. Like the stadium itself, I think it's kind of dumpy.
Yep.
And
Brent said that, but
I just I think they need. I get all the history there, and they can still do it. Like it's pretty wild. They can still pull off like Super Bowls and everything and these huge events, but they could use. It feels like they could use something modern for as much as they host.
It's weird how and I agree with you. Like you walk in there, okay, like this feels like a little historic.
Yeah.
But for some reason, when you walk into a dome like that, like I don't, because I felt the same way when I went to watch like a Twins game in Minnesota, and it's like, oh, Kirby Puckett and all. I don't care. You open the doors and people get blown back from that stupid dome. Like now they're at Target Field.
Yeah.
But like for some reason, if it's like an old dome, I can't get into it.
Had you been to? You had gone to the Metrodome?
Yes.
Back in the day?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
A little baggy.
I'm all set. Like literally, we're like when the game's over, they open the doors, people get blown back.
Really?
Yeah.
Because of the pressure.
Because of the pressure.
Huh. That's pretty wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd never been to that one. That place was loud now.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That was legit loud.
Yeah.
How much do the Jags have to get this win over the is it a have to win? Does it feel, doesn't it, I said this before the last week, I think. Doesn't it feel like Carolina?
In terms of game they're supposed to win?
Yeah, like you were like, okay, well you can't have a must-win game in the first game of the season. But it felt like, hey, if you're going to get off to any kind of start this year, if you're going to be in the mix, you got to win this game because of the schedule. Now, at that time, we didn't even think the Jags could be 4-3. I don't think coming out of this, and they were obviously go 4-1, but it's buoyed a little bit by that. Doesn't it have that same feel where it's like, hey, if you're any good, you got to beat this Raiders team. Like if you're going to be in the mix, because if they lose 4 in a row now have to go to Houston, play the Chargers, it takes all the air out of Jacksonville here. Like. For everybody in town. I don't know about the building, but it takes it all. Like it feels like that big of a game again.
No, it definitely does. And, it's weird because, okay, say like Houston loses and then Indianapolis loses, Tennessee loses. Like, does it really matter for your division? Well, then maybe not. But, I think for this team dynamic, for this culture, I think this game is everything.
Yeah.
Now, and I get on paper, they're getting Brock Bowers back. Like, they're getting some key pieces back. So they're going to be better probably than what they've put forth the past couple weeks for the Raiders being. But this is a team that you're supposed to beat, right? Like I can confidently sit here and say you're supposed to beat this team. And especially coming off of 2 weeks that, You didn't really look the best, and then you're coming off of a bye week. Like, yeah, Brent, I think that this is a must-win game. This is a game that you're supposed to win. Now it's the NFL, right? And parity is a thing, and this could be a nail-biter, and heaven forbid the Jaguars lose this one. But I'm just trying to think for the guys in that locker room to try to justify everything. If you go back and win in Las Vegas, okay, then it's like, yeah, the past 2 weeks,
oh, good.
Let's put it behind us.
Yeah.
If you lose the game,
panic button.
What are the conversations going to be like then when the Jaguars share the post game or like the locker room?
Yeah. Panic.
Yeah.
No, I think after these last 2 weeks, I think the cool thing about the Jags is that they are not panicking. The whole message from Liam Cohen, everything, not panicking. I do feel like if you lose this game, you might start hitting the panic button. Because if you lose this game, probably some of the things that you have been an issue didn't really get fixed over the week, whether it's a Cam Little or Brian Thomas Jr., whether it's the penalties, whether it's a clunky offense, whether it's the pass rush, whatever it might be. I mean, there are things. There's evidence here that this stuff is not changing. Now, on the flip side of that, the Jags, can they fix some of this stuff? The beauty of what they're at right now, the positive way to look, and why not, folks? Why not look at this positive while you can at 4-3, and the Jags right in the mix of this, is that those guys that have struggled find their way a little bit. The Jags at least moderate the penalty stuff. They're not going to be a 2 or 3 penalty team. We get it. But can you have 6 or 7 instead of 10, 11, 12, 13? They were called for 18 penalties against the Rams. They didn't all take, but they were called for 18 penalties. I mean, you can't do that. And by the way, when you're doing that, have that many penalties, some are going to be bad calls. But can you minimize to 6 or 7? Can your offense start to find a groove and a rhythm? Can your defense get a little bit more, whatever they are, get back to turnovers at the very least? You haven't had one of those in a month. So the beauty of this is there's so much out there for the Jags to get at 4-3 with a schedule that allows you to get. And I know we don't say it in the NFL like, hey, you should win this game, or we say it, but we know it's fool's gold. I do wonder the last 2 years, though, if it's less fool's gold. I just told you about the Colts. They just took care of business because there are teams that are good and there are just teams that aren't in the NFL. And I don't know where the Jags fit in that right now. I don't know right now. Are the Jags a good football team? Not sure. But I don't think the Raiders are a good football team.
No, they're definitely not. To me, right now, the Jaguars are an okay football team.
Okay is fair.
Because okay football teams, you don't really know who they are. Like, if you go off a week-to-week basis of, all right, you ask me, what's this team identity? I look at the Jaguars and I say, I'm going to be honest, some weeks it's this, some weeks it's that, but, like, I really can't tell you.
Yeah.
You know, I think if you talk about teams like the Colts, teams like the Packers, teams like the Chiefs, the Broncos, like, I can give you kind of what that identity is, right? I can't do that right now with the Jacksonville Jaguars on offense or defense. So if that's the conversation, then unfortunately right now you're just an okay team until you prove me otherwise.
Yeah, and I think that's what the Jags are right now. I think they have to prove they have to find some consistency to lean on. We knew they weren't a 3-4 turnover team every game out for 17 games. Like, we weren't falling into that trap like they were going to do this all the time. No, they did it for 4 straight weeks, which was kind of cool. But they do have to get back to some of that. They got to go get opportunistic, and they've got to control the game. I think really this falls into the control the game category because they were controlling the games, therefore the turnovers were coming. Mm-hmm. Now you're trailing in games, the turnovers are not coming because you're not putting any pressure on. Look at the Rams and the Seattle Seahawks. In the second half of the Rams and Seahawks games, they sat on the ball. They could have taken a knee. I mean, they basically could have taken a knee. That's out of control. In the first 4 games of the year, they were in control of the games, and therefore the turnovers came. So I think this is about game flow in many respects, and the Jags have to get back to game flow. Well, game flow is a couple of things. Run the football, don't get penalized, get behind the sticks, and obviously cash in on your early offensive drives, which they just have not done. I mean, they've been down 14-0 to the Chiefs, 13-6 at halftime to Seattle, 21-0 to the Rams. That ain't it. Like, you can't do that.
No, without a doubt. But, like, what would you say about this team right now, Brent? Like, if someone was going to ask you, who are the Jacksonville Jaguars right now, what would you say? Because I'm going to be honest, like, it was looking like this defense is going to be touted. I mean, just think about a couple weeks ago. I was talking about Campanelli maybe getting, head coaching looks simply for how that defense is playing. But now let's call a spade a spade. And I get the Jaguars, I think they share with half the league where they played 7 games, the other half has played 8.
Yeah.
I mean, did you know who the last place team right now is in quarterback sacks?
In terms of allowed or getting?
Getting. For defense, I'm
the
talking
Jags?
about. The Jags.
They're last?
They're dead last in the NFL right now in quarterback sacks.
Well, and that goes, I looked at some stats today. They actually are, they're 27th in passing defense, too. Okay. Now, their rushing defense is good, but teams aren't even, look what the Rams did. On a rainy day, they came out throwing the football because that's where they think they can get this football team because they're not getting enough pressure, especially with Trayvon banged up, and then they can take advantage of some of the passing stuff.
Yeah.
And that's what they, you're going to ask me what they are. I think their pass defense is very much just okay. Just okay. Now, you look at matchups and Geno Smith and Jacoby, are they going to kill you in the pass game? Probably not.
They shouldn't.
Right? Probably not. But it is a weakness for the Jags, especially against good teams. We've seen that the last 3 weeks. So I would say I think the Jags are just an okay defense and not great against the pass. I think the Jags are a good running team when they can run the football and stick to it.
Yeah.
That they just really have not been able to from either a situational standpoint, a scoreboard standpoint. I do think they can run the ball. I think the evidence is there that they can. They've got to go back to doing that. That might be the end of the day, what they've got to really go back to do. I also think they're a highly penalized team and an inconsistent team. I feel like I know more bad stuff about them, and I'm a positive guy. But I think there's more than yeah about this football team. But that can turn. That can turn based on the schedule, based on some consistency. The good news about this team, somebody mentioned Devin Lloyd on the defensive side. Now, listen, Lloyd has been phenomenal when on the field this year. But I also don't think taking him off the field is making you an awful defense. And same with Brenton Strange. In my opinion, you can't take one guy off the field outside of the quarterback and it changes that much. Or you're not a good enough football team because you're going to lose people in the course of the season. You can't lose Brenton Strange and Devin Lloyd and say, oh, no, we can't operate. We're not good anymore because we lost those 2 guys. Now, they did lose Trayvon Walker in the same. I mean, Trayvon Walker's played 33 snaps in the last 3 weeks. That's been an issue, too. But you know what I'm saying, though? Those in a league full of injuries, with all due respect to those guys who have played really good, and I do think it's impactful.
Well, I mean,
you've got to be able to overcome those 2 injuries.
You do, but for instance, and I talked about this on Happy Hour, I'm sure you heard it, but when Kittle came back, the first game, I forgot who they even played, but McCaffrey went off he absolutely went off.
Yeah.
Because everyone said, well, Kittle's back now. The ability to block in the run game makes all the difference in the world. Kittle's that talented of a player. Didn't have a single catch, but people were still talking about it.
You're right.
Right?
Yeah.
So I do think losing Brenton Strange definitely has hurt your run game without a doubt. Now, is it the biggest thing? Is that why this Jaguars offensive line can't really block in terms of pass it? No, probably not. Right? But I do think in terms of the run at least, they are missing him right now. Now, is it on the Jaguars to have better depth, perhaps? I mean, maybe. I feel like there's only so many dual threat tight ends who can block and catch a ball in the NFL. But I think they are really missing Brenton Strange right now in terms of running the football.
Yeah, I do think they miss him. It's okay to be able to miss him. I'm just saying in a league where, if those are your injuries right now, that's not bad based on the league, the way the league operates. Now, knock on wood, the Jags stay healthy. And here's the deal. They're going to get those guys back. I don't know if they'll get Lloyd back this week. That seemed a little iffy from Cohen a week ago. We'll see what he says today. They've actually pushed back availability by about an hour, so we'll get him a little bit later on, see what he has to say. And then, again, Strange is on his way back, but it might still be a few weeks. I don't know when he's eligible. I got to do the math on it. But let's just say the middle of November, maybe closer to Thanksgiving, which will be good. But you can't just be like, oh, fingers crossed until those guys come back. You got to be able to have a solution. And I do think that's the one nice thing to buy into. Again, knock on wood here. But the Jags, health-wise, after 7 weeks, not so bad. There are a lot of other teams that are worse off. Indianapolis, health-wise, very good. That's why they're doing part of the reason they're doing very well. So it's certainly going to be a factor. Is this my prediction of the Jaguar season theme song of AJR is way
maybe
less
right.
sad.
I may be wrong. It's stupid, but it's all I have. Yeah, that's kind of how you feel sometimes, ain't it?
Well, I at some point, do we have to remind ourselves this was a 4-win football team last year? And to your point, do they have the depth? Well, no, they probably don't. It's a first-year regime, and they don't have everybody in place. You can only make so many moves to plug all the holes and fix all the problems. And I don't know if the Jags have answers. We're still wondering if the Jags have the biggest answer we don't know. 4 years running now on defensive interior. They ran it back again, and it doesn't look like it's working. And I don't know if they have an answer to that. Can they find one over the next 8 days? Can they find one internally? Can they do some things? We'll find out. But if they don't, the pass defense is probably going to be kind of what it is.
And to be fair, it's not for a lack of effort. They've drafted the past 4 years. They've moved players around the last 4 years. But what you have is still what you have. And, yeah, I mean, I agree with you. Like, I think in terms of the trade deadline, I think that's obviously the top priority. And can you fix that a little bit? Because and once again, I get lost in the numbers sometimes as the quarterback pressures, is, taking on double teams in the backfield and stopping the run. Like, those are all great stats as well that never get showcased. Maybe by PFF, but that's about it, right? Because we're always fixated on quarterback sacks. But I will say, like, if you have aspirations to be a playoff team and you have aspirations to make a run, being dead last in the NFL in quarterback sacks, it's not going to get the job done. Yeah. Like, okay, that's great. You're good in the run game, and that's a start, right? Because you got to stop. You got to win the trenches. Great. But when we talk about these quarterbacks in the NFL that can sling it for 250, 300 yards a game, eventually when you play those top-tier quarterbacks, you got to get after the quarterback.
Yeah, they got to be able to do it. They've got to be fearful in that department. And right now, they're really not. Do you see Brian Burns, by the way, has 10 sacks?
Yep.
And obviously Myles Garrett now has 10 after 5 of them.
Yeah, I was going to bring us back in with Myles Garrett, too. Did you see the press conference after?
I didn't see it.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I might have seen a quote from it. Let's do that when we come back.
Yep.
Also want to get to Brian Kelly and this LSU mess, too. Was it too soon on Brian Kelly, or was there more to that than even the win-loss record? And what is the college football world is upside down, and I got a feeling some of those blue bloods trying to think like it's yesteryear might be paying a price for a long time to come, actually paying big dollars. Brent Austen Show, Action Sports Shack, 24/7 network. Hey, nobody but Nimnick. Check them out, NimnickBuickGMC.com or right off Phillips Highway. Ready for a better used car shopping experience? You'll find it at Nimnick Buick GMC, Jacksonville's only Car Bravo certified dealership. All makes and models as well. Get it at NimnickBuickGMC.com. Visit the showroom of Phillips Highway. Nobody but Nimnick. When it's time to get a new car for anyone in your family, just remember, nobody but Nimnick, the #1 Buick GMC dealer in Jacksonville. Get the latest price breaks on 2023 and 2024 models or the newest 2025 vehicles in the showroom on Phillips Highway or shop online at NimnickBuickGMC.com 24 hours a day. GMC Sierras, Yukons, and the redesigned Acadias, or get the all-new redesigned line with Buicks. It's nobody but Nimnick, and part of the reason why is this is a first-class buying experience here at Nimnick Buick GMC. You're not just a customer, you're a friend. This is about getting a vehicle that best fits you and getting you on the road, and also helping you and your family down the road. Nimnick has a treating you right guarantee, courtesy, respect, fairness. And most Buicks, GMCs, and Jacksonville's only Car Bravo dealer, nobody but Nimnick. Who has put in the most years and stands behind a better experience? Nobody but Nimnick. GMC. We are professional grade.
If you look good, you feel good. And the medical professionals here at Ponte Vedra Vein and Aesthetics are here to make you feel your best. I'm on camera every week, and I have a confession to make. I'm not always confident in my appearance. Can you see my dark circles? Is my makeup highlighting my fine lines instead of covering them up? I question it all. So when I found out about the wide variety of procedures here at Ponte Vedra Vein and Aesthetics, I knew help was just one appointment away. Medical Director Dr. Megan Deacon Casey and her board-certified physicians have been using the latest in cutting-edge technology for the last 10 years, giving men and women their personal confidence boost. From Botox, fillers, Morpheus 8, and so much more. The hardest part was figuring out what I needed. Thankfully, the medical team walked me through what would work best for me through a free consultation. Come look and feel your best with the team here at Ponte Vedra Vein and Aesthetics. Visit them at one of their 2 locations, either over in Ponte Vedra or on the south side.
Baker Sports. It's a hometown business filled with hometown people trying to make you feel right at home.
Chris Conley, Jacksonville University. Walker Wright, class of 2018, West Nassau High School.
Michael Young, Fletcher High School.
Baker Sports started in a grassroots way and now outfits much of the Southeast.
Tony Mazzio, Stanwood High School, class of 2002.
High school sports, travel sports, youth sports of all kinds. They are a one-stop shop carrying Nike, Adidas, Under Armour brands, and more.
Vincent Caldes, Oakleaf High School.
Samuel Coffrin, Paxton School for Advanced Studies.
Whether it's sports teams on the field or it's your team in the workplace, like our Action Sports Jacks team, and community events like the Dream 18 Golf Tournament, and many others.
Cole Tilley, Hilliard High School.
Reagan Webb, Eagles View Academy.
Look good, feel good, play good with Baker Sports. Custom sports apparel since 1997. Shop with the hometown team at bakersport.com.
Empower a future, inspire a dream. It's a bold but simple mission for the Jacksonville Police Athletic League known as Jax PAL. Help the next generation of kids in Jacksonville shape a brighter future. Their after-school programs, teenage leadership programs. There's community outreach.
It's been just an awesome opportunity to be out here with my colleagues and do something good for the community. It's really been an interesting opportunity to just see everybody work together in a way that we don't normally in the office.
And there's sports. There are also ways you can help the next generation with a donation of any kind. Just visit jaxpal.org to get more information. Empower a future, inspire a dream with Jax PAL.
Most of us know how to throw. But you need to know what to throw. I'm not talking about footballs, baseballs, softballs. We're talking about those items you need to recycle. Republic Services explains it easy. Recycling simplified. 1. Know what to throw. When in doubt, throw it out. 2. Empty, clean, and dry those materials. It takes an extra minute, but it makes a big difference. And 3. Don't bag it. This makes the recycling process faster and more efficient. This is a look at the Republic Services North Florida Recycling Center. You can make this process even more efficient. By utilizing those 3 steps, Republic Services can help you become a better recycler in your home. Learn more at recyclingsimplified.com.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austin Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network.
5 sacks for that dude. I mean, he is so good. I mean, he's beating double teams, and he makes it look easy. He's really good, and what a waste right now. I mean, it just wastes. And this, we have these conversations. He got paid big bucks, and he didn't have to go back there. He could have, used power probably to get out, but he also wants to be a game. We've had the discussions, good discussions on both sides of this. He's the best defensive player in the game, has been for years, and they can't win football games. I mean, I was thinking of this. Brent Austen Show, Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network. Kim's Corner here as well. Hamby back tomorrow. Busy day right here with Action Sports Jacks as we've got Jags Report live tonight. Trayvon Walker at String Sports Brewery in Jacks Beach. So hopefully you can come out to that as we get set for the second half run in Jacksonville. But, you look at the elite around the league. And I know you always compare the Jags. I was thinking of this a bit this morning. Like, man, why don't they have that guy? And Josh Hines-Allen's a really good player, but he's not that guy. I mean, the resume says that. He hasn't proven to be that guy. Or why is a Brian Burns even playing well? Because to be honest with you, Brian Burns had put up good numbers, but not great numbers. So why can't they get an A-plus guy in the defensive tackle room or a shutdown corner? Or we thought they were on their way of maybe getting an elite receiver, and now that's taken a little bit of a back seat. Yeah, that's one thing. If you look at the Jacksonville Jaguars, you still can ask, what are they like? In what position are they better than almost anybody in the league at? Or what guy do they have that's better than almost anybody in the league at? And it's not a lot. Yeah. And you're not going to have 8 of those guys, by the way. You might not even have 4 of those guys or 2 of those guys. But it would be nice to have one of those
No,
that
do
you
that.
have, like you can just say, he's the best.
Yeah.
And the Cleveland's doing that, and it's no doubt who's the best. It's not TJ Watt. It wasn't Bosa. I mean, sure, they had great seasons. This dude, year after year, is the best at that position.
No, he's hands down the best, and it's wild because, obviously bye week was nice. You could just kind of put on the Octabox or whatever and watch as much football as you wanted. So I did have a lot of the Browns-Patriots game chalked up, and it's insane. Like, I remember being a kid watching Reggie White do his thing, and like Reggie, he was so smooth, and it was just like, the famous hump that he made, his own signature and everything. Like, Reggie was that dude, violent, but also like very quiet and just soft-spoken. He was the minister of defense, right? Like, he was just, that was the dude. And then you watch like Myles Garrett, and yeah, granted, there is technique involved because, well, of course there is. I mean, you don't have that many sacks without having technique. But he is such a specimen. It's just like it's not like Aaron Donald, where it's like, well, what do you want to, like? If I'm a tackle or I'm like a guard double teaming him, it's like, well, what do you want me to do? Like, there's nothing I can do.
Nothing.
He's too big. He's too fast. He's too strong. He's too skilled. Like, what do you like? It's just. It's so rare these days, Brent. Like, I get like wide receivers can take over a game, right? But that depends on the quarterback giving you the football. Like, he's the definition of a game wrecker, where he can literally just line up and cause chaos and single-handedly keep a team in the game. Like, you don't see that every, like, now and then and then. Like, even with TJ Watt, it's okay. TJ Watt will have, like, good play here, good play there. Watch Myles Garrett every single play.
Every play. Tackles
in the backfield. He's stopping a puller from pulling for a power, and it's like, okay, well, there's a tackle for loss by a linebacker 2 yards in the backfield because of Myles Garrett. It's crazy to see, but I thought if you watched after, because he was frustrated.
Yeah, he has been frustrated, by the way. This is a week-after-week thing.
You have 5 quarterback sacks, you lose the football game. Like, I'd be probably a little frustrated, too, because you're doing your part, and obviously people around him aren't doing their part. Let's play this clip of the press conference quick, because then I did a little background, did a little research, and I think it's interesting in the predicament that Myles Garrett finds himself in Cleveland. And going forward, could it be a cautionary tale of how they've actually handled Myles Garrett?
It doesn't get any easier. Each week you ask me, so.
How do you feel about your performance now? Does the loss diminish how you feel about your performance today at all, I guess?
I would throw the whole performance away for a win.
Now, I'm saying Myles Garrett's praises because he chose to stay in Cleveland, right? And I think, I mean, listen, I understand you're getting paid a lot of money, and this is where my point's going to go. I think as an NFL player, you have one or two options. I think if you're the best, you can say, you know what, I want to be compensated like the best, and I want to be the highest paid edge or one of the highest paid edges. He's, 160, making around $40 million a year. It's right around TJ Watt, so they're pretty comparable in terms of what they're making and everything. I think you can go, okay, I want to be the highest paid guy on the team, obviously, and one of the highest paid guys in the NFL. That's a non-quarterback position. Or I can go, okay, I'm the best in the league. With that should come, I can go wherever I want and try to win a Super Bowl. Myles Garrett chose to be one of the highest paid edges in the entire NFL, rightfully so. And now I think the Browns are suffering because of it. Because if you look at rosters that feature some of the highest paid NFL players in the league that are the non-quarterback position, take Jamar Chase. Okay, well, how are the Bengals doing right now?
3-5, yeah.
Okay. Take Danielle Hunter. How are they doing right now?
Under 500, Houston.
Take Max Crosby. How are they doing right now?
2-5.
Take CeeDee Lamb. How are they doing?
3-4-1.
Take Nick Bosa. They're pretty solid, but like, are they getting the dividends out of Nick Bosa right now?
He's hurt, yeah.
He's hurt, yep. And then Justin Jefferson. I mean,
yeah. So the only 500 over is San Fran.
Yeah.
In your experiment there.
Correct.
So just from how much they're taking out of the cap, what else you could do with the cap, it hurts your football team.
Yeah.
Right? That's the message.
I think if we're looking at it in terms of making players the highest paid non-quarterback players in the NFL, I think that has a direct correlation to how good your team can be.
Yeah, it's interesting because the salaries have got so crazy at other positions too, not just for like a few year span. It was just the quarterback spots. Like, what is the world, right? Well, now they're for a pass rusher, same way. Are you trying to get something at like where the Jags have to be a little bit careful too because they've got Josh Hines out and they might pay Trayvon Walker? Is that too much for one of those positions? Does that handicap you?
I mean, no, I'm not. I'm just saying I think there's a correlation between making someone the highest paid at the non-quarterback. I mean, Josh Hines Allen's up there. Now, is he the highest? No.
He's beyond Trevor.
But
behind Trevor, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, but he is up there. And will Trayvon Walker? Like, I don't see Trayvon Walker, if you're going to pay him a new contract, he's not getting Josh Hines Allen.
He's not getting that. Yeah.
So, no, I mean, I'm not trying to. All I'm trying to say is that to these teams that have these star players and everything, like, a Myles Garrett, you have to take into account then if you pay that guy that much money, which, listen, he's worth it, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But then when you pay him that much money, you got to understand that, okay, well, then what do you have the rest of the roster to work with?
Well, to that point, he had 5 sacks in that game, which wasn't like garbage time stuff either. Like, if you watch the game, like, it was impacting the football game. And they gave up 32 points, and they're 2-6. And they lost by, 19? I mean, how do you have 5 sacks in a game and really has zero impact on the game? I mean, I get he impacted plays, but it had zero impact on the game. That's the crazy thing to me is that you can have
one side.
You have one of the best games of all time, and they scored 32 points. I mean, Cleveland's defense is good, and they scored 32 points, so it had very little impact on the outcome of the game. That's where I think is the scary part for the Browns, or in a game like this, if I was Myles Garrett, it's like, man, oh man, like what a waste that you can have that kind of performance and lose. Listen, if you have an all-world performance, most of the time people win. Most of the time people win. Jamar Chase had 16 catches last week or 2 weeks ago. They won. Jonathan Taylor's having these unbelievable games. They win. Rico Dottle runs for 200 and something yards. They win.
And here's the difference, too, with Jamar Chase. Like, I get because that's not a fair comp because Joe Burrow's been out.
Yeah,
right?
That's true.
But at the same time, like, I think what goes into this as well is, do you have your quarterback already established? Is he on a rookie deal?
Some of that, yeah.
Or have you paid your quarterback and is he your franchise guy? I think if you've established that, then you can get away with a little more of then paying the next guy top dollar money. Like, do they have a quarterback right now that's the franchise guy in Las Vegas? Probably not. Like, Max Crosby's getting paid, right? I think it remains to be seen. Obviously, they pay C.J. Stroud. I mean, he's trending that way, but like, we'll see, right? In Pittsburgh right now, do they have the quarterback? Well, they have him for this year.
Yeah,
but like theoretically, how long is Aaron Rodgers going to last? Do they have the quarterback right now in Minnesota? Might have had him in Sam Darnold, but now they don't know. So,
well, let's take the best teams in the league to your exercise.
Okay.
The Patriots don't pay anybody that kind of money right now. They got Drake May on a rookie deal, and they're 6-2. Buffalo obviously pays Josh Allen,
but that's the quarterback,
and that's it, right?
That's the difference.
That's about it.
Yeah,
I think that
because
they're paying.
Listen, pay whatever you want for the quarterback. I mean, once you got your franchise guy, you do it.
So they're 5-2. Nobody else is. Indianapolis isn't paying anybody extreme money now. Jonathan Taylor's getting paid, but it's not. Running backs don't get paid $40 million a year.
It's minimal. Yeah.
DeForest Buckner, I think, is getting paid pretty good money, and I'm assuming they signed Pittman to a deal, but it's not like a $32 million a year deal. So, like, I don't think they have anybody. I don't think that is crazy top dollar on Indianapolis. Now, they might have to pay Daniel Jones after this year, and there's already talk that they might do that, but we'll see. The Broncos, who are they paying? They pay Cortland Sutton? They play Benito yet?
Surtain, though?
Surtain, did they pay Surtain? They must have paid Surtain by now.
By the way, so in terms of contract, in terms of highest paid, Quentin Nelson, Rashad Raymond, their left tackle, they signed to an extension. Buckner's up there, but nothing like crazy. Yeah. I mean, their highest paid guy, and it's a $100 million value, getting paid $25 a year would be their left tackle.
Okay.
Raymond.
Yeah, and they probably put a lot of money on it this year because they can.
Correct.
Because of the way they're structured. The Patriots and India are kind of structured similar. They don't have like this high paid guy. I mean, the Jags have two, right? The Jags have Trevor and Josh Hines Allen.
Correct.
And they actually were paying Tyson, kind of still paying Tyson for a little bit. So the Broncos probably have Surtain. The Chargers have their quarterback, and then I think that's about it. Now they got rid of a lot of their high price guys.
Yeah.
Mack ain't making the kind of money he used to be making. No. And
Allen's minimal.
Yeah, Allen
like
now
Allen.
just because he signed back with them. Mm-hmm. So Mahomes and Kelsey in Kansas City and Chris Jones.
Chris Jones, yeah. But once again,
they're like 4-3 right now.
And you have your quarterback.
But they got the quarterback.
Yeah.
The Packers are playing Jordan Love,
and
Micah.
Yeah,
and
but they have their
quarterback.
Or so far so good.
So yeah, these are all good. The teams that are really good and spread out or have their quarterback. Correct. If they're paying somebody else right now. So it's a pretty good exercise. It's just it really is surprising to me that you could be that dominant and not really be a factor. And I don't say that as a negative to him. I say that as a negative to the football team. That's just unbelievable. Can you imagine anybody on the Jags having 5 sacks and losing by 19? That's unbelievable. Not even in the game. To the Patriots. The Patriots are really good because they've played a soft schedule, I think. But then yesterday they proved a lot to me because that was a good defense and they put up 32.
Yeah.
Drake May's playing out of his mind right now. Playing a really good football. One other thing about Myles Garrett on this front. I was looking because he's about to turn 30 in December. So he's got the most sacks, I think. Before 30? Maybe he's not the most.
Myles Garrett?
Yeah.
I think he's
like 4th or 3rd or something like
that. It's the top.
Because Reggie White's still like the top, I think, right?
I thought they talked about it yesterday.
No, not Reggie White. He passed Reggie White, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know, but
they literally brought this up yesterday.
They did, and now I can't remember the stat. Yeah. But what I was looking at, Austin, is how much longer can he do this? Because he's got 112 career sacks, and obviously Bruce Smith has 200. Can he get to 200 sacks in his career? He's about to turn 30. Well, Michael Strahan had his 22.5 sack season at age 30. Michael Strahan at 32 had 18.5 sacks. And I'm going to give you a little. Khalil Mack had 17 at age 32. Trace Armstrong had 16.5 at age 35. Reggie White had 16 sacks at age 37. Chris Dolman had 15 sacks at age 37. So those are some of the high water. You can still he might have 3 more seasons of 15-plus sacks before it starts to trail off a little bit, and his trail off might be a dozen. Now, that just depends if he wants to play until he's 35, 36 years old, probably to catch a guy like Bruce Smith. Bruce Smith played for a long time. Yeah. But he could challenge that sack record, of which felt like it would never be broken.
Yeah.
But he might be able to challenge that thing.
And once again, not trying to take away from Myles Garrett because the numbers speak for themselves, but also a little bit of a different era, I feel like. In terms of quarterbacks dropping back a little more,
no doubt,
and everything, but
no doubt, yeah.
Still,
well, I would say
put Myles Garrett in any era, he's gonna get what he's gonna get.
Yeah, like Bruce Smith played in an era where Dan Marino was dropping back 50 times too.
Sure, yeah.
They started to pass a lot in that because that quarterback era, so that they were getting there. But here's one crazy thing about this: Bruce Smith has 200 career sacks. Reggie White has 198. The next closest guy, 3rd all time. You know who it is?
Is he active or he's not active?
No.
Okay. The 3rd all-time sack leader?
Yeah.
How many?
160. That was my point. So 200, 198, 160.
I think who would be?
Kevin Green.
Oh,
you wouldn't have got it. It's hard to get. Julius Peppers, Chris Dolman, Michael Strahan, Jason Taylor. Taylor had 139.5. Terrell Suggs, DeMarcus Ware. Richard Dent.
Jared Allen on that? Where's Jared Allen?
Jared Allen's 12, 136. Wow. Von Miller is active, obviously, with 133. Cam Jordan's active with 124. Would not have guessed that. And obviously climbing that list is I think Myles Garrett has a really good chance in his career to be the 3rd all time. I don't know if anybody's getting to 198 and 200.
Well, I'll tell you what, the dude's not slowing down. Like if he can stay healthy, why? If he can keep doing what he's doing theoretically, because look at his stats year by year. You want to talk about consistency? Like the guy is getting.
Oh, he's unbelievable.
Yeah.
So, let me just ask you one more thing.
Especially on a team where I feel like he's the only guy. I get their defense is getting better and the defensive line is solid, but I can't tell you who the opposite guy of Myles Garrett is.
Yeah. It's a good question.
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to follow this. Just complete this thought with this. We talked about just moments ago in the last segment, the Jags got to get going on the sack train. They have 8 of them, I think, which is the worst in the NFL. Is it a direct correlation? I mean, we just feel Myles Garrett got 5, and they're 2-6. You know, the Giants have one of the best fronts in the league. They're 2-6. I know it's not everything. I'm just asking you, can the Jags muddle along here and still not be top half of the league or top whatever and still get the job done?
No, I think because it'd be one thing if you had confidence in your offense right now, but I don't have supreme confidence in that. So, yeah, I think those numbers have to go up a little bit for you to be successful.
Here are the teams, just to your point. The Broncos have 36 sacks.
They're pretty good.
Pretty good. Rams, 26. By the way, the Broncos have 36 sacks. The next best team is 26.
Dude, and
10 more sacks.
And by the way, I know, it's wild because go ahead and name me all the Broncos pass rushers.
Well, we just know Bonito's name and Cooper.
Yeah.
Right? Those guys have really got it done, but it's an underrated tandem. Yeah. Kind of like Minnesota's was last year, where people wouldn't – it's not household. It's not led by a Myles Garrett or whatever.
Yeah.
The Bucs have 25.
Pretty solid team.
The Browns 24.
Yeah,
obviously stink.
They're the anomaly.
Indy and Detroit have 23. Seattle 23.
Solid
Buffalo
teams.
22. Chargers 22. They're all playoff teams.
Yeah, see, that's not a mistake.
No.
The Browns are the anomaly because you have a freak of nature in Myles Garrett.
Yeah. The Giants have 19. That's the next one. The Giants have 19, but that's 13th in the league.
Is probably one of the best ones in the entire league.
It might be. Houston amazingly only has 16. Which is a little surprising.
Who are some of the bottom teams?
So the bottom teams are the Jags at 8,
Yep.
the Ravens at 9. Here's one that's a little anomaly. The 49ers have 9.
Their whole deep, because they finally got I was watching that game.
They got an interception?
Yeah, and they're making a huge, they finally got their interception. It's like,
it's been 8 weeks.
That's just another Sunday in Jacksonville. What are we talking about?
The Jets, the Bengals, the Cardinals, the Panthers, the Bears, the Raiders, the Dolphins. The Cowboys, you have to go all the way up outside of the Niners and the Jags. You got to go up to the Kansas City Chiefs at 21st in the league and 15 sacks to find a playoff team.
There you go. And Kansas City's got an offense that can.
So that's like super alarming.
Yeah, that's what I've been saying, man. Like that's, and when like I said. Quarterback
I didn't know
sacks,
it was that alarming until we brought this up.
I got you. Yeah, quarterback sacks aren't everything, obviously.
Yeah.
But if you're trying to be a playoff caliber team, I feel like those numbers got to come up.
Yeah, they are going to have, like, this says they have to come up.
Because they don't have an offense right now to depend on to pull you up.
Well, look, I'll even give you a couple, like Tennessee has 16 sacks. They're 20th in the league. If the Jags had 16 sacks, they might win one more game in there. I don't know which one, but they might win a game in there.
Yeah.
Because here's the deal. Like, I don't know if sacks were going to help you win the Rams game. And you're probably not sacking Stafford a lot the way he operates. Darnold gets rid of the ball. Boom, boom. Like, there's some of that. Or is it just who you played? Will we see some of that change? Because you do play the Titans and Cam Ward. He's going to hold the football a little bit. You got 2 of those. Stroud actually does hold the football a little bit. You've got Geno Smith, who's a sackable guy, I think. I have to look up the numbers. So now you start to play this side of the schedule, that maybe that goes up. But the bottom line is you are either going to be a super anomaly and make the playoffs as a really bad pass rush team, or that thing has to come up and join the rest of the league. Because that's pretty alarming. All right, take a break. I'm staying on schedule today. Brent Austen Show, Action Sports Jacks 24/7 Network. Later in the week, we're going to Best Bet Jacks. You can check out bestbetjacks.com for all the different locations and what's going on in Orange Park, St. Augustine, and Monument Road. I have to actually check which location we are at for that one, but World Poker Tour, it begins. It's starting later this week, runs through a good portion of November. So, hey, if you want to come to Best Bet Jacks on Thursday, we'll tell you which location. 10 to 1. Come on over, say hello. It'll be good to be back at Best Bet Jacks. Check them out, bestbetjacks.com. If you don't see a pit, it ain't legit. When you hear that, you think Bono's Pit Barbecue, a staple in Northeast Florida now for 75 years. A place that feels like home with friendly service, a meeting place for friends, family, or business occasions. On the menu, the corn nuggets are a favorite in our house, but there's something for everyone. Sandwiches, platters, salads, sides, desserts, and family feasts. You see Bono's all over the place in Northeast Florida. You know, there are almost 20 locations in the Jacksonville area now, so stop on by, sit down, and dine in with Bono's. You can also take it to go. There are drive-thrus in many of the locations, and they have delivery options too. Just download the Bono's app to make things easy. I signed up for the loyalty program, and you can too, to get special offers. If Jacksonville is home, few things feel more Jacksonville than Bono's Pit Barbecue. Celebrate 75 years and many more to come. Bono's Pit Barbecue. If you don't see a pit, it ain't legit.
People helping people. It's at the core of what Alive Credit Union is all about, and it's been that way for over 70 years. From the start in 1954 to today, the mission remains to inspire financial wellness and give you a financially fit lifestyle. Alive Credit Union and its employees are committed to not only serving their valued members, but also our community here in Northeast Florida. I had a chance to see that commitment firsthand as Alive partnered with our Action Sports Jacks 24/7 team to bring you Armada men's and women's soccer broadcasts. Inside the 18, it is a shot, and it's a goal! Chloe Chivers! And that connection to the community continues with Alive Credit Union's support of the Police Athletic League of Jacksonville. Alive Credit Union's commitment to our community also involves serving the financial needs of all first responders through the recent merger partnership with City and Police Federal Credit Union. Join the community and become a member of Alive Credit Union today. Find out the many ways you can be inspired in financial wellness at alivecu.coop.
CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing is taking their 75-plus years of expertise and expanding to CGC Home Services. Water treatment and plumbing is still a big part of what they do, and now they can do even more for you. Home services like kitchen and bathroom remodeling, showers, sinks, faucets, toilet repair, backflow testing, and the list keeps going. Find all they can do at cgchomeservices.com or give them a call, 904-298-7052. It's a new look and a new name with the same expertise. They've been serving homes like yours since 1946. CGC Home Services, right here in Jacksonville off St. John's Bluff Road, 904-298-7052. And visit cgchomeservices.com. Florida license number CFC 1432579.
For the game day hustle and every day in between. Juggling my show, Jag Social, to going under the Friday night lights and a social life, it's a daily tournament. But this ride, MVP status. The all-new 2024 Lincoln Nautilus isn't just my car, it's my personal locker room, office on the go, and VIP lounge on wheels. Let's talk tech. My profile remembers everything from customizing my dash display to setting the ambient lighting and my signature scent. And wireless charging, essential for live tweeting scores. Whether I'm packing for a beach day with friends or heading to the gym, there's space for every passion. After dominating all day, this becomes my recovery zone. The massage feature is like having a personal PT on call. Life's a non-stop game, but with this ride, I'm always on my A game. The 2024 Lincoln Nautilus. Drive your passion.
Grab some friends and go to a restaurant or head out for a drink and some conversation. Watch your favorite team play on the big screen. Or how about play some games? You can do all of that in one night at Best Bet. Each location has a different vibe, its own personality, like here at the original Best Bet in Orange Park. When you walk through these doors, everybody knows your name. And here in St. Augustine, it's the newest location. Play some poker. How about the table games? And don't forget about Ace's Sports Bar and Grill. And then there's the Jacksonville location right here on Monument Road. It's the biggest poker room in the state of Florida. Maybe you'll find yourself a seat right here at the final table. Best Bet, where you can have the best of times. And that makes you always go home a winner. Try any of the 3 locations, and you can always visit bestbetjacks.com.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austin Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network.
All right, so look at all our shows. Jags Report Live tonight and many other shows on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network, and some we've even added, including tomorrow, Talent Talk at 2 o'clock. Hopefully you can check out some UNF Ospreys, and we'll talk some UNF athletics. We've been doing that for about a month, and one of our new shows here on the network. Tonight, by the way, another new show, Blitz Breakdown, is at 8 o'clock, so we get some more high school football action. Really had a nice fall in high school football. And it's not done yet. We've got a few more weeks to go, including the final regular season week, Thursday and Friday. We'll have a game of the week down in St. Augustine, Mandarin. We'll play it for you right here on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network. And then Bowls, Columbia. So 2 really good ones, along with showing you a bunch of other games with our Farrah Friday night zone blitz. Brent Martineau, Austin Lane, Kim's Corner here as well. I want to get to some of the chat here on the show today. I like to try to do that. I say I'm going to do that, and then I don't do that. So I'm going to do it right now before I get into Brian Kelly. So let's go down the list a little bit. Daniel Kilkenny says your stadium should match the feel of your city. Las Vegas, glitz and lights. New Orleans, not. Probably Buffalo, too. Right? Yeah. That's what we're talking about.
Just tables. Just get a bunch of tables for that Buffalo Stadium.
YB400 says we playing catch up. We need to get all the wins we can because the Colts are smoking hot right now. Yeah, they are, for sure. Let's see. When I was a kid, my grandpa brought me to Game 7 of the 91 World Series in the Metrodome. It was the loudest thing I ever heard. I remember watching those games in the Metrodome, and that was like the decibel count. Now they do that everywhere, but I feel like that was one of the first places that they do the whole decibel meter in the Metrodome.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely loud there, and it's really cool, too. Have you ever been to, like, Minnesota? You've been through Minnesota. You know what it's called.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can, like, ride, like, the train, like, from around. It's kind of like Wrigley, where you ride the train to, like, literally right up to, like, the front.
Dumps you right out there.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's very accessible.
Yep.
Target Field is very good. I enjoyed that a lot. That's a good little spot. Minnesota's underrated place.
Yeah,
Minneapolis.
The snow obviously is the
well, yeah, but
cold,
even the slow. Like we did the Super Bowl in the cold, you can go indoors the whole time.
Yeah,
it's kind of like Indianapolis in that sense, where you don't really have to go outside when it's freezing cold. So pretty cool place. Let's see. Lou says Jags can actually play with any team. I agree, Brent. Working behind the chains is not good. Not good at all. They got to get out of that. Let's see what else we got. Only saw hands on the hips, and the next time I saw gang tackling. So you just need a happy medium. Not really sure what that was to. We already had a couple of comments that we did say. We got Hardy's references in here. How did we get on that?
There was a great reference with you paying your bet. I like that one.
Yeah, I skip past those now.
Oh, no, don't skip past those. Those are solid gold. That's like part of the show now. Every day, Mr. Hugo brings a new one.
He's going to have to get a new punching bag by the end of the week, I think. But for now, keep it going.
And by the way, Lou man, chill out with the land of the lakes with Minnesota because, you know, they're the land of 10,000 lakes.
Yeah.
There's always a thing with Wisconsin and Minnesota. Wisconsin has more lakes. Minnesota just like celebrates.
Wisconsin actually has more lakes. I would not have guessed that. Really?
Yep.
I want to go to Wisconsin. I do.
Let's go, man.
No, I want to go to Wisconsin. Like it's getting higher and higher on my list of things to do.
Okay, I would wait because it's getting a little chilly
not going
there now.
I'm going to play golf, man. Too.
Yeah.
I want to play golf in Wisconsin.
What are you trying to do? Go curling?
I would like to play. I'd like to go to Wisconsin, like maybe as soon as this summer.
Okay.
I'm going to try to get Ty to play summer ball up in Wisconsin area.
Oh,
the
Northwoods.
Northwoods League's a good league.
My cousin almost played. He had like a little time spent in the Northwoods League.
Did he
played for Wausau Woodchucks.
Oh wow,
Wausau Woodchucks there. Yeah.
Now that's great. Now the Northwoods is nuts. They play like 75 games in 72 days
it's
or
fun,
something.
man.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
and they
also
travel a bunch.
When also too, Brent, if you want to go watch him play, I highly recommend it because they have like these things where you pay like $20. It's all you can drink for like the first through like 7th inning.
There you go.
Yeah,
there we go.
Shout out to the Madison Mallards. They call it the duck blind, where if you pay like $20, all you can drink.
Wow.
Yeah.
We'll take your money.
Yeah.
You can have the beer.
Yeah. I mean, it's not going to be drinking beer, but all right.
I am Preacher Man says, the coach and GM's job to sell the idea of being a championship team to a player. It's an agent's job to fleece a team for every dime they can. Good GMs with this game of balance. I was talking about the Myles Garrett stuff. Yeah, I mean, you're trying to get as much money as possible. I get that. Let's see. What else we got? Anything else? A little Orange Crush and Denver reference. Denver, I'll tell you, the Broncos are good. I hate to say the Broncos are good because I don't really like. It's hard to like Sean Payton, in my opinion. But
I'm still wondering where this whole thing came from.
I don't nothing personal or anything like that.
Lincoln Riley and Sean Payton are on like Brent's hit list.
I think Payton
and they have been since the show started.
I know people that really like the teams Payton's coach and still kind of feel that way though.
Yeah,
he just has that aura about him, and he does nothing to help it out at times, like the recent Russell Wilson stuff or whatever else.
I liked him from the New Orleans years when after Katrina and everything they won that Super Bowl.
Fair
Like
enough.
I like that part.
I feel like
I get it.
Drew Brees helped him because Drew Brees is such a good dude.
Well, I think Drew Brees and Sean Payton were like at the hip though.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, they were
like that offense. Like, yeah, it was.
Listen,
Drew Brees'
he's a really
offense,
good coach. That's my point. Like, he is a good coach. And he's got Bo Nix playing well. Pat Bryant, hell of a touchdown catch yesterday.
Yeah.
They got different guys jumping in
Troy
and helping out.
Franklin's had 2 yesterday. Ronan was going crazy.
Who is their defensive coordinator there?
Oh, I just
because again they're dialing it up.
Yeah.
But Dallas's defense is brutal, though, isn't it? Like as good as that offense for Denver.
Yeah.
Dallas's defense is terrible.
Yeah, it's almost like they need a pass rusher or something like that.
I don't know if
who's a freak of nature.
How much of a difference would he make? Like
Rhymes
because they're
with Leica?
bad.
I'm sorry?
They're really. I know he'd
Dallas?
make a difference, and they're also without Trevon Diggs.
Yeah.
But let's find out who the defense coordinator.
Not a good look this year for outspoken vocal owners.
Oh, it's Vance Joseph. We've had this discussion.
Yeah. Not a good year for outspoken vocal owners.
Yeah, not so far.
I mean, I get it, Woody Johnson. Hey,
although Woody Johnson inspired Justin Fields.
Yeah, no, he's going to be speaking out every single game.
He might. That was a heck of a win for the Jets. I actually feel pretty good for the Jets for that win.
I do as well.
Feel good for Justin Fields
because once again, had all the games going. You could see it on Aaron Glenn's face where he's like, "Just please,
I know,
please give me this one."
I feel that too. I mean,
Fields
listen, we've
too.
had bad years here, and
yeah. But Fields, too, because I get it. Like, okay, it's not a good look, I think, when your owner is calling you out.
Oh, it's terrible.
But if I'm Justin Fields, I'm like, who am I throwing to? You gave me Alan Lazard and Josh Reynolds, and that's, okay.
Scored 39 points. Oh, Brees Hall had a day, too.
He did, yeah.
Did you see the postgame with him?
Brees Hall?
No,
Justin Fields?
With Fields?
On the field or in the press conference?
In the press conference.
No, I just saw that
it's
on the
pretty
field.
Good stuff. It's like he basically is like, listen, I'm going to sound. He says it. I think he says I'm going to sound vulnerable here. He's like, but there was a time this week that I was like sitting in my closet crying. I mean,
yeah.
The depths of that to then come out and battle and be. Yeah. I mean, he.
No, listen,
that's a tough deal, man, when things are going bad. But he admitted to really having trouble with it and then being able to bounce back. He wasn't even going to start, I don't think, until Taylor was hurt. Right? It's Tyrod Taylor there?
Yes, Tyrod.
And so Taylor got hurt, or it was enough hurt that he couldn't play. So I don't know if they were going to play Justin Fields.
Yeah. No, I mean, props to I didn't see that part. So, I saw, after the game.
I hope I saw that correct. Maybe it was AI making
it wasn't even him.
It might have been AI making it up.
Oh, no, but I saw him after the game.
Be careful glancing over things and then repeating them. I might have, hopefully I didn't make a blunder there.
Dude was crying in his closet. But no, I saw, the on-the-field interview where they asked him, what's going through your head and everything, and he basically just, he was very complimentary and just said, God's got it. It's been a rough year and I put my faith in that. And yeah, it's cool to see it paying off for him as well. But yeah, I mean, I can only imagine being the quarterback of a New York franchise. I mean, it comes with a lot of pressure.
Yeah, this was real, actually. So I'm right.
Well, then shout out to him for being vulnerable and talking about it.
And he even said, this quote was, I'm going to get pretty vulnerable right here. This week I find myself in my closet, crying on the ground, lying down.
Me
I was
after
praying
the Brewer
over and
series.
over.
Yep, me after the Brewer series.
That's
me watching the Brewers put up 1 run a game.
Jags fans can all relate. Jets fans can certainly relate too.
Me watching Blake Snell pitch 8 innings. Yep, that was me.
Brian Kelly.
Me watching Freddie Peralta getting traded. Yeah, get him out. I guess I don't know.
Is he gonna get traded?
They're saying he might be gone. Yeah. He's our ace. Who cares? Yeah, get 5 more minor leaguers that in 5 years will will be the next Jacob Mizorowski, then you trade him away to the Yankees. It'll be cool.
Sell him to the Phillies for Bryce Harper. The owner doesn't think that it can be elite anymore.
Ooh, is that true, Cam?
Yeah, I heard that rumor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, how much is Bryce Harper making?
Oh,
a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
How does he
I don't
feel
know
like
the number.
about like $15 million a year?
I mean, we could look it up.
Okay, that's probably what the Brewers will be offering him.
Brian Kelly out of LSU.
Yeah.
Surprised?
No.
I guess we're not surprised at anything anymore.
No, we really. I mean, I'm not surprised. Look at how did you watch the LSU game?
I know, it was bad.
I always felt like, especially because it was a night game. Like, doesn't matter who you're playing. Could be Texas A&M, could be Ohio State, could be the Carolina Panthers. Like, I always felt like Death Valley at night, you got a chance.
Oh yeah, doesn't matter who you got.
They didn't have a chance.
They were lucky to be up 18-14 at halftime, and then they got blitzed in that third quarter. And I mean, they're going to eat like $100 million. Here we go again.
Yep.
I won't get on my soapbox, but
come on, Brent. This is your go-to. This is your signature right here.
Well, my soapbox. Actually, Jeff Goodman said this today, and hang on a second, because I shared it with James Hartman, who was asking about it. And the AD at LSU is Woodward, Scott Woodward. He hired Jimbo Fisher at Texas A&M.
Oh, he's got a good resume.
And also Brian Kelly at LSU. Both were fired, and schools have to pay $130 million in buyouts. And he still has a job. And that's really, again, I'm not trying to get people fired, but I don't understand the climate we are living in, how we can just make this normal. Why is this so normalized that when you cost your school at an administrative role $100 million, or you cost your whatever business $100 million or $50 million or whatever million dollars that is, that you don't go too?
Yeah.
How are you surviving? Listen, I really like Scott Strickland at Florida, but he's going to be on his third coach now. It started with Mullen, and now Napier. And now they're going to, I'm assuming, give him a chance because he signed an extension last year. And he's done a lot of good things on other facets. But, that usually gets overlooked if you're making bad decisions at the most prominent spot, right? So I'm just surprised. The trickle-down effect, okay, we're obviously going to pay coaches because that's not stopping. Now we're going to buy them out because you people that have a ton of money, I guess you don't give a damn about it. And you want to waste it.
Real quick.
So what about the administrative part of this?
So about the buyout, it's not up front, right? It's going to be over a year. They're not going to give him whatever.
Yeah, it's there's different ways to do it. The report on Billy Napier. So Billy Napier's is nothing compared to these guys. It was $21 million. That's why Florida State, I'll get to that in a second, they're not firing Norvell. They don't have $100 million to fire Norvell right at this moment. But $21 million for Napier, and I think the story was they had to pay him $9.8 million of it or something in the first 30 days. Okay. And then so there's different triggers at where that goes in. I have no idea. I think the Brian Kelly one's $54 million, but if you add up the entire staff and everything else, once you redo it, it's going to get to $100 million that it's going to cost them. Okay. So the Gators right now, I believe, are paying 3 coaches still. Well, they will be paying 3 coaches, at least. Some people say they're still paying McElwain. I'm not sure about that. But I think they're paying Mullen, they're going to pay Napier, and they're going to pay the next guy. 3 coaches at one time.
Yeah. So
it's just nuts.
No, it's nuts. And I get people. First of all, let's establish a couple things. It's not our money, so I don't care. It's not like my tax dollars are going to these guys. These buyouts and everything. So if you want to spend money, then go ahead and spend money. The way I look at it is when Kelly got fired, he was, I think I looked it up, he was the 7th or 8th highest paid college football coach in the country. And you know what I say? Not about the money, but what does the money say? Well, did Brian Kelly have a top 8 program at LSU? I don't think so. I think they have top 8 in terms of facilities, in terms of resources, in terms of, tradition. But he wasn't able to elevate that. So I don't blame them for him getting fired because I think at LSU they have a standard, and that standard wasn't getting met. And even worse with Brian Kelly, like he didn't even really understand what LSU was in the first place.
Yeah, he goofed it up from the jump.
Yeah,
it was goofy. The whole thing was goofy.
I saw somebody from like an LSU beat reporter. No, it wasn't our friend of the show that you
Jacques Doucet.
It wasn't him. Somebody different. But they said when coaches get the LSU job, they look at and go, what can I do to help this program out? Because it's an honor to be here. And they said when Brian Kelly got the job, he had the attitude of, what can LSU do for me? And that was the difference. So, like, I don't blame them for firing him. Now, in terms of the buyout, in terms of how much money college coaches are making, well, if you look at how much revenue LSU football made last year, $107 million. $107 million in revenue.
For football.
For football. Just football. This isn't basketball. No, this is just for football.
And I guess that's why the ADs aren't getting fired. They're still netting a win.
Of course. And at the end of the day, it's still a business. Now, yes, you start winning national championships, that revenue goes up. I mean, I can't imagine what Alabama's revenue was when they were actually like winning every single year. But at the end of the day, this is the cost of doing business. If you're going to generate $107 million a year plus for your football program, then to get a coach to come in there, well, guess what? It's going to be top dollar. And that's just the way that it is.
So I have a few questions here. Do you think Brian Kelly wasn't a good fit or is just not as good a coach as he used to be in today's day and age?
I mean, I think it's a little bit of both, but I think it comes down to solely he was not a good fit for LSU. Yeah. I think a lot of times when you talk about having success as a college football coach, yes, it's the X's and O's, it's taking guys by the hand and being leaders of men and everything, but it's also, do you fit the program?
Yeah. Ripley says Brian Kelly's getting what he deserves. See Notre Dame, see Cincy, how he treated players on and so forth. Yeah, I don't think he's known as the nicest guy in the world. Mm-hmm. You know, he's not. And, you know, I don't know if getting what he deserves is a thing. He's going to walk out of there with $55 million. I think he's fine. That goes to my next question. Do you think coaches, I get it, they're uber competitive, man. Everybody wants to win. But do you think coaches care that much anymore when they get fired? Because, like, I look at Doug Peterson last year, and it's like, okay, well, it's just the way the business is how they kind of put it in their mind. Plus, the check's pretty good down there. In Jupiter, the golf's pretty good down there. I look at Brian Kelly yesterday. I'm watching him kind of like walk around because LSU, Baton Rouge, they were have video of him like going into his car and stuff. And it hit me like, this dude doesn't even seem that bothered by it. You know, I'd be, if I lost my job, I got fired, I failed, I feel like I'd be kind of in a bunker for a week and kind of be almost depressed about it. Because $50 million is hard to be depressed about. It's like, thanks for the lottery ticket.
Well, yeah, I mean, listen, he's going to be rich regardless. Like, is another $50 million, like, yeah, it can maybe rest your head down at night a little easier, so be it. But, like, dude was already making bank before the $50 million. I just think, like, there's an indifference to getting fired as a college football coach because everybody knows the blueprint. Okay, so you get fired from an organization. Cool. So go be a coordinator or go be the head coach of a smaller school, build that program up, people will take notice, and then your name will be in the next coaching cycles again for bigger universities. Like, that's how it works. Like, in the NFL, it's so finite where you may get one shot to be an NFL head coach. Maybe if you're lucky, you might get two shots.
Yeah. If you're
lucky.
lucky.
Don't get three. Yeah, if you're lucky. It's about who you know, the stars aligning, all that stuff. Now, you can be a coordinator for the rest of your life and have fun.
Absolutely.
But, like, if you want to be a head coach, if you mess up the first time, the second time is going to be a rarity. In college football, names mean something, I think, a lot more.
All right, I'm going to go down my list of questions. I got at least two more. Lane Kiffin is Lane Kiffin, holy cow, what a day to be Lane Kiffin. All right, Lane Kiffin can stay at Ole Miss. They got money. They'll pay him. Lane Kiffin, fit for Florida. I think it's a good fit for Florida. Will they pay? They'll pay. Does he want to come here? Now you get LSU. I mean, LSU's a different animal. Does he fit LSU? That's debatable. But LSU versus Florida, you start to thinking LSU versus Ole Miss. I think the gaps have closed on all those conversations anyway, but he's going to have a lot to think about, and I'm still not convinced that it's leaving Ole Miss. I think there's only one place they're building a statue, potentially, of Lane Kiffin out of all those places, and that's Ole Miss. Like, he could legit get a statue at Ole Miss. He ain't getting one most likely at LSU or Florida. So doesn't mean he won't take the job. There's a lot of other reasons why he should take the job. I'm just saying it's an easy place to be comfortable when you're going to get paid no matter what, an enormous amount of money.
Well, and I'm also afraid to have that conversation with my son now because Dan Lanning's a name that's kind of being floated around a little bit as well.
For
LSU.
For LSU, yeah. LSU is a wonderful job because they will throw the bank at you. Now, it can be a wonderful job. It cannot be. They also like their own down there. Like, that's why Orgeron fit. But, I mean, legit, the governor was involved in the conversations over the weekend.
Who do you think's a better fit? Okay, first of all, do you think Lane Kiffin's a good fit for LSU?
I don't know if it fits as well, but I don't think it's bad. I mean, if Orgeron could fit, or anybody can.
See, I disagree with that. Because Orgeron couldn't have fit.
He's a raging Cajun, yeah.
Dude couldn't have fit anywhere else besides the state of Louisiana.
It's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't feel like he could have. I think Kiffin can fit there. I don't think there's any. I don't really feel like Florida and LSU in that respect, and I might be wrong. People aren't going to like this comment. I don't really think Florida, LSU, Ole Miss are that different in terms of the fit. The reason why we think the fit is good for Kiffin here is in Florida. Is because he reminds you of Spurrier, and so like the Spurrier days of outlandish sound bites to hey, look at me, but offense.
Yeah,
that's why we think it's such a good fit here. Outside of that, people will say like he's had his first date in Gainesville with his wife. There are connections like that. That's fine. But the fit is more because it reminds you of Spurrier. I would think Gator fans is why you think that. But Ole Miss has a fit, and LSU. I don't think he's unfit for any of them. Like I don't think he's a great fit at Alabama the way I view Alabama. Compared to what Kiffin's all about. Yeah. I don't see that. I don't think he'd be a great fit at Notre Dame.
But see, the thing about Alabama, though, Brent, is like I feel like Kiffin got his new lease on life at Alabama. Like,
he did.
He did. I think.
But he ain't taking shirt off hot yoga pictures at Alabama,
that's what college football. No, I don't think so. But that's
he can at LSU, Florida, or Ole Miss is my point.
Sure.
I think they'll let him run the roost. He'll go wild, man. Just win football games, please.
Yeah.
And maybe Alabama would too. It just doesn't feel it. It's very. You got.
But I think there's a respect factor for. Yeah, but I think there's a respect factor there for Alabama where I feel like Kiffin and listen, he's always going to be a character.
Yeah.
But I feel like when he went to Alabama was the OC, he got humbled a little bit and he realized like, hey, you got to find the balance. Like you can't just be this outspoken and brash guy. Like that's cool because that's the modern player, but you can't be so much where it's like you've lost yourself in the process.
Yeah, but he's like me talking crap about my golf game when my handicap's good. Because he's back at it, man. Like he's off the rails again in a way. He's more active on Twitter right now than he's been in years. Because he's winning and he's and that's okay. Mm-hmm. So I think he's going to be I don't know. Whatever. It's a good time to be Lane Kiffin. Here's my other question. You now have LSU, Florida, Penn State, UCLA. Is Arkansas available in another SEC gig? I know that's not like on the pecking order, but it's SEC gig. There aren't enough big-time coaches for all these people to get happy, are there?
Probably not. No. You're going to have to. There'll be a name that you haven't really heard of before that you're going to have to settle with.
Yeah, or that's not like unbelievable. So here's the LSU odds list. John Sumrall, which his name's been floated around for a while. Joe Brady's an interesting one because that was the whole.
Makes sense.
When LSU won the national title stuff. Kiffin, James Franklin, Eli Drinkwitz, who's obviously going to seems like make some money.
Real quick, how do you think about James Franklin?
I don't know who's going to touch Franklin.
I'm saying for LSU,
not LSU.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
But Arkansas for sure.
Sure.
Right? Yeah. But I don't feel like LSU, Florida. Obviously, Penn State he came from. Brent Key. See, Brent Key to me is a guy that could go to Penn State and probably do it. That seems like a fit. Mm-hmm. Just the style that he's playing, his mantra could fit up there at Penn State. Jimbo Fisher's in the mix for possible jobs. Urban Meyer apparently is talking to high people at Penn State just to put his name in the mix. So who knows? Who knows where it lands? There are big names, but are you going to get is it a smart move or do you go find your next guy? Do you go find your next Signetti? You go find those kind of – see, that's where I think stop being so lazy, ADs, and go get that dude. Go find that dude. DeBoer looks like he's doing a hell of a job now. Hat tip to him.
Oh, listen, if I'm LSU, my only thought, I would throw the book, blank check at Nick Saban. That's what I would do.
That's what a lot of people are saying. And by the way, you know what's really interesting?
Because it's SEC. It means more. That's entertainment.
I was covering LSU. That was my first job. I was down in Louisiana. I was there for the football season only. And we would go down and cover every week. Well, we covered Jerry DiNardo's last season and the transition to Saban. Isn't that crazy?
Mm-hmm.
That was the transition.
Yep.
And it would be pretty wild to see Saban in some capacity. I don't see it happening.
No,
man.
there's no way. I think he's done.
Saban's life is unbelievable right now. Yeah. Why the hell would he do that? He's got everybody talking about him, wants to throw money at him. Meanwhile, Aflac and ESPN are throwing enough money at him.
Because you're
it.
I feel like the coach and you never it never.
I get it. He's 72, man. I don't think it's happening. I'd be shocked. I'd be shocked if that were to happen. So, hey, we'll see if who's going to make. Oh, one last question. I knew I had a list of questions on this. Do you think the impatience? This is what I said this morning on WOKV with Rich. So I'll say I think the impatience right now is natural impatience for teams that aren't good. But if you look at LSU's record under Brian Kelly is not terrible.
Sure.
It's like 34-14. And there's other stuff there. Fully understand it. But 34-14 is not unbelievable. Just ask Florida. Dan Mullen was 34 and something, and now Napier's under 500. Be careful what you wish for on the other side of that fence, right? But do you think the impatience right now, not necessarily at Florida, but specifically at an LSU or even at a Penn State, is due to the fact that you now have in this day and age Vanderbilt in the top 10 and Indiana second-ranked team in the country?
Well, yeah, it doesn't look good because you having the storied program, the program that's rooted in history and tradition, and then you let these new kids on the block and Indianas and everything come by and take your spot. Yeah, I mean, if I'm an AD, if I'm a booster, I'm like,
what the hell?
I thought we're Penn State. I'm sorry. What? Indiana's at the party now? We just let Indiana in? Yeah, no, of course. It's got to be competitive. Unless you're Wisconsin, then you just whatever. Let anybody in the party. Iowa, score 37 on you and don't score at all if you're Wisconsin. Luke Pickle will still be all right.
Yeah, that ring endorsement.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
By the AD?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Writing a letter to the fans, hey?
Yeah.
We got a good feeling with
usually that
Luke
means
Pickle.
You're about done. We just don't want to make a decision in season.
Okay, well, keep telling fans to show up to your games. You're not scoring a point against, Iowa. There you go.
I think maybe people should start looking what Indiana's doing and what Vandy's doing or whoever. I mean, Vandy's probably not the best example, but what some of these teams are doing instead of just saying all the time, we're LSU or we're Penn State. It's automatically going to happen. Maybe there needs to be a deeper dive. I think there's a little laziness out here because of blank checkbooks from some of these big schools where you're not deep diving into, okay, wait a minute. The game has changed, folks. So how do we move with it?
Brands have changed too,
Absolutely.
Right? Because we've talked about this last week. It used to mean something, I'm sure, if you want to go to LSU, okay, I'm going to go be an LSU Tiger. Okay, I'll be an LSU Tiger for a year, but hey, if Texas Tech's paying, what is it? I don't know what you say. What do they say? Shoot them up? I don't know. What do you? What's
I don't know what they say.
What's the Texas Tech slogan?
I don't know. Shoot
bang,
something.
I don't know. Whatever. Bang bang. Sorry, man. Used to be, go X Tigers and all this stuff. Nah, man. Well, I'm sorry.
Should be cash.
10 million? 10 million in my Venmo? Yeah.
Take it to the bank.
Yeah, we'll see you. We'll see you.
We'll see you, too. Brent Austen Show, Action Sports Jax 24/7 Network. Noon hour around the corner. Liam Cohen talks. Republic Services recycled headlines on the way here on a Monday. Welcome inside the Armor Guard exterior and gutter helmet showroom. There's a lot going on, like glass exteriors, replacement windows, and down there we have the retractable screens and awnings, plus hurricane protection. Let's talk more about those gutters, and to do that, we bring in Kevin. He's the owner, he's the expert. Why Gutter Helmet?
Well, Gutter Helmet is truly the only maintenance-free product. It lets the trash and debris go on the ground, the water wraps around and goes inside. Unlike filters, they sit on top of the gutters, and the trash and debris build up on top of filters, which requires maintenance. With Gutter Helmet, we're going to keep you off the ladder, the most dangerous thing in your garage. With Gutter Helmet, you'll never clean your gutters again. So get off the ladder and put on the helmet. Gutter Helmet.
Get a free estimate at gutterhelmetofnorthflorida.com. You can also call 904-762-7779 or visit the showroom on St. John's Bluff Road in Jacksonville.
Empower a future, inspire a dream. It's a bold but simple mission for the Jacksonville Police Athletic League known as Jax PAL. Help the next generation of kids in Jacksonville shape a brighter future. Their after-school programs, teenage leadership programs. There's community outreach.
This has been just an awesome opportunity to be out here with my colleagues and do something good for the community. It's really been an interesting opportunity to just see everybody work together in a way that we don't normally in the office.
And there's sports. There are also ways you can help the next generation with a donation of any kind. Just visit jaxpal.org to get more information. Empower a future, inspire a dream with Jax PAL.
It's one of the hot spots in the area.
Welcome you to String Sports Brewery out at the beach. Big crowd on hand tonight. The fans are here.
And now, the newest hot spot at the beach is open. String Sports Brewery in Jax Beach has opened its doors with rave reviews.
We're going to be fans forever.
Cozy up to the bar, grab a seat in the sports-themed restaurant, or grab a seat outside and feel that breeze coming off the beach as the weather warms. Just like the original location in Springfield, try the popular beer menu and come for lunch or dinner too, because the food is fantastic.
We got a special guest in the house. He's happy. He's feeling good. He's Trayvon Walker.
It's where we hosted Jags Report Live in the football season, and the String Sports Brewery staff can't wait to host you. Hey, welcome back here to String Sports Brewery. And if you haven't checked out the new location in Jax Beach, you got to do it. String Sports Brewery, now with 2 locations in Springfield and now open in Jax Beach on Penman Road.
There's a saying in sports, you can't win them all, but you can win a lot with good folks on your team. Like that one painter, First Coast. It's tough to beat the sun in Florida, so your home fades. It's tough to beat that HOA when they come calling. Beat the sun, beat the HOA with that one painter, First Coast. And it's a good time to do it. Less rain to work around, and painting in mild temperatures is perfect. After all, the paint bonds to the surface so much better. Give that one painter First Coast a call at 904-417-3557 or look them up at first-coast.thatonepainter.com. Fast estimate, guidance on color and HOA requirements, and the highest quality job you'll find anywhere. Be a big winner in your neighborhood with that one painter First Coast on your team.
Sun's out, suits out. That's right, it's summertime in Florida, which means it's time to say goodbye to bulking season and hello to shredding season. But if you're like me, you're having a hard time sculpting and shaping those final pounds. That is until I came and saw my friends over at Ponte Vedra Vein and Aesthetics. Right now, everyone is hopping on the Evolve X train, and the only destination is finding your perfect summer body. The technology uses electrical muscle stimulation and radio frequency energy to cause your muscles to contract, all while heating up those deep layers of your skin and tissue to produce collagen and reduce fat. It's like doing 1,000 sit-ups in 30 minutes. No pain, no needles, just results, right? That's right. So leave those winter layers back at the station and come look and feel your best with the team here at Ponte Vedra Vein and Aesthetics. Visit them at one of their 2 locations, either over in Ponte Vedra or on the south side.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austen Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network.
Look at Everbank Stadium. I'll tell you this now. I think, I guess I didn't realize this. The Jags are on the road 4 of the next 5 games. On the road at the Raiders, on the road at Houston, come back against the Chargers. Did I do that right? 4 out of the next 5? On the road against Arizona, on the road against the Titans. Like, I don't care who you're playing in that stretch, and I understand there are some games that, okay, maybe like Arizona, Houston, interesting. You should win, you think, the Raiders and the Titans. But playing on the road for 4 out of 5 weeks, coming off the London game as well, that's a tough stretch. Maybe not as tough on paper in terms of opponent, but it's still like a stretch to navigate. And if you're good, you go win on the moon, right? I get it. But I didn't realize that for some reason in the schedule. We're so fixated on the first 7 games and then the last 10 games, or I was. And you knew they weren't coming back home to Jacksonville for about a 35-day stretch. That's become pretty common because of Florida, Georgia, because of London, because of the bye week. That's not a big deal. But 4 out of 5 in the month of November, this is a huge month for the Jacksonville Jaguars. And I do think this is a huge month going forward because of all the things we always talk about, the underlying thing to me is you can only overcome so much scar tissue. You've got to build on success. Look what the Patriots are doing right now. Patriots are taking advantage of a weaker schedule, if you will, a fourth-place schedule. They're playing good football. They've got a good coach who knows how to win. They're growing players. They've got a quarterback that's playing really good. They have Josh McDaniels. The biggest move there is Josh McDaniels, who is not a good head coach, but he's a very good offensive coordinator. Marrying that together, the familiarity with New England, this looks like a great find. And they can now build on success. You've got a young quarterback that can now build on success after last year, which was a tumultuous year for him. So that's a great recipe for Drake May and for the New England Patriots. Look at what the Colts are doing. The Colts are, even if it's a little bit of false hope, it's not fraudulent. But are they as good as they've played? Well, that's debatable.
I mean, Brent, what do you, yeah.
Oh, no, I'm just saying debatable whether everybody else is. They've played the easiest schedule in the National Football League, I think, them and the Patriots. But they've taken advantage of it, and with that, you build confidence. And even if it is a little bit of a false bravado, so what? Now you've got bravado. The Jags are trying to find that. They're trying to find, like, hey, we know we're good. And that's why I think these games are so huge. This back half of the year is not only big for right now, but it's big for the next couple of years for Liam Cohen. Because if the Jags don't go to the playoffs, for whatever that looks like, specifically if it's like under 500 and they really flop down the stretch, that is going to really hamper the development of this franchise under Baselli, Gladstone, and Cohen because they started 4-1. So I think there's so much on the line here in the immediate because we all live in the immediate and the now. But also if you look at the big picture of the Jacksonville Jaguars and what the next 10 games could mean as to their ascent and hopeful ascent as a consistent winner in the National Football League, they got to find a way to make it happen.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is why a lot of Jaguars fans right now are maybe hitting the panic button even though you're 4-3. I mean, you're 4-3 after the bye. If you would have broke down that schedule, the teams that you were playing, and I get, like, in retrospect now, the Bengals and everything, but, like, if you would have put 4-3 down, we would have all accepted it.
Absolutely.
But the problem now is that with that 4-3 and after that bye week, you don't have maybe the most confidence that you did going into the second half of the season. And that's the problem. Like, I think we all expected this Jaguars team maybe to start a little slow because of the teams that you were supposed to play. Like, I didn't see them beating the Chiefs when we, did our schedule predictions and everything like that. Didn't see them beating the San Francisco 49ers. Didn't see them beating the Houston Texans at home. But now it's like, okay, well, you've actually started out pretty strong. Now you got to build off that. Because the last thing that you want to see with a brand new regime, like, I would much rather see the Jaguars start off slow and then gradually just build, and maybe towards the end of the year, you go on a 4-game winning streak, but dang it, maybe you're just 1 game away from going to the playoffs. Right? Like, yeah, it would be disappointing, but I think you would have enthusiasm and excitement for next year. It's like, okay, well, hey, they got the new regime and they got Liam Cohen in. They seem to be responding well. Just wait till next year. I think now fans are looking at it and going, okay, well, that Seahawks game was bad. That Rams game was bad. We'll see what this Raiders game now hopefully goes a lot better. But if it doesn't, and you're starting to skid now, and maybe you're going to maybe pull into the playoff picture with like 2 wheels left and you're almost out of gas, well, it doesn't make you feel good either.
No, they've got, all those things, man. You can't, that's sport. I just think it's a big deal. And these next 3 games, I think, are the biggest of deals. One, because it's right now. But the Raiders, you're supposed to beat them. Go beat them. Start the second half right. Get right. Then Houston's interesting. I think it's a game-in-hand deal where if you beat the Raiders, you don't have to win the Texans game. But I think you have to split the Texans and the Chargers game if you're going to be a playoff team. Like, I don't know about if. There's still ways to get in because of the rest of the schedule. But I feel like you're going to have to fend one of those two off at a minimum, if not both of them. And so it's a tall task to go win on the road at Houston. I feel like that Chargers game is one you got to go take care of at home. It's your only home game in what is that? Like a 60-day window?
Yeah.
You got to win that game.
Well, no, without a doubt. And with that Raiders game, Brent, like not only should you win, you should kind of win convincingly.
Feels like it.
Simply because, and I'll
take a 3-point win, though.
Listen, I know you'd take a win, right? But at some point, and I guess, the standard's not there yet, but I'm going to be honest, I didn't think the Colts standard was where it would be by the time this year. But, like, if you want to compete with the Colts, and granted, I get it's parity, right? Week by week is different. Everyone wants to praise the Packers for how good they were. Well, the Browns beat them, okay? So, like, every week is different. But at the end of the day, when you talk about the Colts, the games that they're supposed to win, like we talked about to start the show up, they blow people out.
Yeah, they do.
Right?
And that's what it's been impressive.
But that to me is telling of a good team.
Yeah.
Right?
I would agree.
And to be fair, the games that the game that you lost, yeah, it was close. You probably should have won it, but like that's also telling. That the games that are competitive, you're in or you're either winning them, and the games that you're supposed to dominate, you dominate. With the Jaguars right now, like it's going to be telling. I think you're supposed to dominate the Raiders. I have a lot of respect for Pete Carroll. I think Brock Bowers is a great tight end. Max Crosby's a great piece. Ashton Genty, we'll see. But every team's got, good pieces. Not every team is a great football team. And I don't see the Raiders being a great football team right now. So they're ripe for the picking, just like I thought they were going to be ripe for the picking with the Carolina Panthers. So you should blow the Raiders out because I think the Colts would. Now, if you can't, and if it's a close game or heaven forbid that you lose, then it's back to the drawing board.
Yeah. All right. Hey, can you keep that up for one more second, Kim? Sorry. Here's what I'll just do quick. All right. I won't hold you to this, by the way, but quick. Are they going to beat the Raiders?
Yes.
Are they going to beat Houston on the road?
See, here's what I think.
Don't look ahead. Take it one game at a time.
One game. Will they beat Houston on the road? I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't either. Are they going to beat the Chargers at home?
This is me erring on the side of history. I think they can, yes.
Okay. They're going to beat the Cardinals on the road.
So that's the one game I feel like they're supposed to win that they probably won't win. So no.
Okay. At Nashville.
Yes.
They're going to beat the Colts at home.
Yes.
Are they going to beat the Jets at home?
Yes.
Are they going to beat the Broncos away?
No.
Are they going to beat the Colts away?
No.
Are they going to beat the Titans at home?
Yes.
Okay, that's 6 wins.
Yeah.
So that gets you to 10, which, by the way, would be a really good season. Forget about everybody else. But my point in that is I would agree with you on a lot of that. I don't know, if they don't beat the Chargers, do they beat the Cardinals, right? They're not sweeping the Colts. Hopefully you beat the Colts.
Yeah.
You said sweep the Titans, split the Colts, and you could beat Houston. Who knows? But the bottom line is you better beat the Raiders, you better beat the Titans twice, you better beat the Jets. Let's start there. And then everything else will fall into place. But the big thing here is now that we have 8 weeks in the season and we know where the Jags stand, the Jags are in the middle of this thing. They are going to be in the middle of this thing the way the standings look for the next 10 weeks. But that Chargers game is massive because if they end up 10-7, the Chargers are probably going to end up 10-7. They're 5-3. Chargers have a very good chance of ending up 10-7. And now you hold that win. Could be huge.
Yeah, I mean, I get we've talked about the Raiders game, most important game of the year so far, I think, just because it's going to set the tempo for how the rest of the year is going to go, I think. Houston, we'll see, right? Like, I still think they're a pretty solid team. That stretch with the Chargers, the Cardinals, and away at Tennessee, that's going to be a huge stretch.
Yeah.
Because the Chargers, you can make an argument and say, okay, they're maybe the better team, but obviously the Jaguars have had their number, and it's going to be in Jacksonville, right? West Coast team coming to the East Coast at a 1 p.m. kickoff. Like, I think there's an advantage there. The Arizona one scares me just because, and I get Arizona maybe on paper isn't a great team, but they play like they're a hard-nosed, tough team. And especially playing in Arizona, I just feel like that's a game where it's like, yeah, the Jaguars should win that one. And then we're going to be left thinking like, well, what happened?
Well, keep in mind, in 2017, Jags were really good. They went to Arizona, lost that game right around the same time of year.
Yeah.
That was Thanksgiving time.
And Tennessee, like, once again, I'm not ready to put the Jaguars on the level of Indianapolis Colts because on paper, you go to Nashville and you curb stomp the Titans. I don't see that happening. Like, I think it's going to be a battle. I don't know how Tennessee's going to keep serve, but I just see that game being close when it shouldn't be, but I think it's going to be.
Yeah. Listen, there are a couple of things you ask yourself if you're the Jags. One, if you're a playoff team, you probably beat the Raiders, the Titans, and the Jets.
Have to.
If you're a playoff team.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a 4-win team that's trying to get better with a new regime, if you frame it that way, now you're like, might be a dogfight against the Raiders, a dogfight against the Titans.
Mm-hmm.
The Jets, who knows, maybe they found a little momentum at that time. But you might still beat the Chargers and, who knows, beat Houston on the road. Like, that's because that's the way the NFL works.
Yeah.
So there's a couple of ways to look at it, and we're going to find out which way to look at it. And then there's one other element. It's like, okay, well, we're a really good team. I don't know if there's enough evidence to say that. There was in the first 4 weeks when you're 4-1. Holy cow, wait a minute. Now might win the division, might be a 3 seed in the AFC, whatever that is. If you feel like you're that, well, then somehow you run through this thing and you do beat the Raiders and the Texans and the Chargers and maybe the Cardinals and the Titans too. Like, you might go on a 5 or 6 game win streak if you're that. If you're that. Now, I'm not signing up for the Jags to be that. I think that's a little pie in the sky, even for me. But those are the three ways I look at it. It's like you have 10 games to go. You're in the mix. What are you? You really good? You go on a win streak. You're like, playoff team, you beat the teams you're supposed to beat and then steal a couple other ones because you're good enough to beat the Chargers and you're good enough to beat whoever else, the Colts, one of those games at home. And then the last part is still a team that's trying to figure it out, man. And let's be honest. After 7 games, if you took away the record, they do look like a team that's still trying to figure it out. They might be that. And if they are that, you ain't going to be able to breathe easy in the fourth quarter on the Raiders game and the Titans game and the Jets game. Just get ready for it, right, if that is the case. So I think there's 3 different ways to kind of view it. All right, hey, the biggest news coming out are Republic Services, recycled headlines, recyclingsimplified.com. Learn how you can recycle better at your workplace and at home with Republic Services, recyclingsimplified.com. Liam Cohen has talked. I'm going to get to some of the things that he talked about, but the most important thing, the headline thing here, is Cohen on Brian Thomas Jr., according to Olivia Tassley. He says, I am optimistic. We have no plans on moving Brian Thomas Jr. at all. So there you go. I mean, the head coach is coming out and saying they ain't moving him. So forget about.
He's optimistic. I mean,
yeah, but he has no. The big one here is we have no plans on moving Brian Thomas Jr. at all.
Yeah.
I mean, so to me, this is essentially the vote of confidence. Can you come back on that and be like, well, actually, we got a hell of an offer?
Yeah, we got 2 first-rounders.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah, but that's not going to happen.
This is very much in line with they are sticking with Cam Little, and they're going to let him kick through it, is what Cohen said last week. And they are behind Brian Thomas Jr. and value him and know that they need him if they're going to do the things that we're saying about potentially making a run. So that's a pretty significant deal. Now, listen, it's a really hard deal, too. If they were taking calls on him, you're not going to be like, well, yeah, hey, somebody wants to give us something really good. Like, he's not saying that to the media today either. But this sounds like a pretty adamant statement of we have no plans on moving Brian Thomas Jr. at all. Simple enough. Some of the other things from Cohen today, according to Liv, we did pretty extensive self-scout in all 3 phases. We have a couple of different tweaks of how we want to try and get the guys the balls, get our best players the balls in space. We also look at pass rush and coverages, so we limit the explosives. So 2 big areas right there. Get the playmakers the football and also get a little better pass rush. They're giving up way too many explosives in the pass game. Cohen on Travis Hunter. You look at the end of the last game against the Rams with him and Trevor building a connection. You're still seeing competitive throws and catches and live action, which is what we needed. You look at how much more he can handle and what does that look like. Cohen also says, I have to call more runs in general. You're trying to look for the balance when you can run the ball and be effective at something we have to get back to doing a little bit more. So he took a little bit about that. Cohen on his accountability during the team meeting video. There's an openness now to learn and grow from the mistake. You aren't correcting the player, you're correcting the play. Interesting. Cohen on the bye week. I watched every NFL game during the week, he said. I looked around the league that aren't using a similar system, see what trends are going around. It's not like
tight ends, man. That's some of the trends.
Yeah, and they got to get theirs back.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying like multiple tight ends, like that's kind of where the NFL is going now. Used to be tight bunch formation, spreading everything out, and now it's more of bringing everybody in, trying to put defenses in base defense, and then using your tight ends and your run game at your advantage.
So that's what you see.
That's what I see.
I mean, and I'm not saying you're a wizard because you see that. I'm just saying that's
I'm not.
That's the real life, real time observation.
What LA did in the UK is what a lot of teams are starting to do now, if they have the personnel to pull it off.
Yeah, so you need another tight end in the mix. Like, do the Jags have enough with Strange healthy? Do they have enough with Hunter Long? Obviously, Mont's not going to be that much, but is that a
or just
suitable 1-2?
Or just take a tackle and put him at tight end like the Steelers did last night. Like the first reception was to an offensive tackle.
Yeah, I don't see that happening.
What's Arthur Smith for?
But my point is, do you go get a tight end if you can in this, like Njoku, if he's available? Could he really add to what you're doing? Or does that change the whole kind of the way Cohen has built the offense? You're not going to change the offense over a bye week. Is this more of a trend that he noticed, that the Jags will notice moving on to 2026 rather than 25?
No, I think like if you go get a tight end, you get a tight end that's going to fit the scheme that you have right now. I think it's too late to try to bring in like an Njoku and you see, okay, well, we got to actually tailor our defense. Because, I think he is a great, like I get Fannon's kind of taken over now in Cleveland and everything, but I still think Njoku's got some good years left in him. But he's a guy you got to use a certain way, and I'm not sure if that way is going to be beneficial right now in Jacksonville. And I don't think it pays to bring in a guy and try to tailor your scheme to him.
Yeah, we have I think evidence, by the way, of what you're saying with the whole tight end stuff, or bringing everybody closer. Because the passing offense, I think I saw this stat either going into the weekend or coming out. I can't remember which one.
Mm-hmm.
And there were some highlight numbers this week. It seemed like the offense ticked up a notch around the league.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, I think this is like the fewest passing yards per game in the National Football League in, maybe it's 10 years or 15 years. I don't know what it is. But that's the point. Like they're not, like teams aren't throwing for 280 a game. They're just not. And we went through that stretch, and we noticed that earlier in the year. The league, the last couple of seasons, the passing yards in general have been down for the mean. Like for the average NFL team, you'll still have your outliers.
Of course, but do you also think that has got something to do with in terms of starting field position now? I feel like every team's starting on like the 40-yard line, it seems like.
We did say that, like the yardage actually, right? There's not as much yardage to gain.
As opposed to like, back in the day, all right, start the 20 to the 25.
Well, but I think there is I think it's multiple things. If you want to go with this three-pronged deal, it might be, okay, look what teams are doing offensively and what they're trying to do. Maybe make it easier as well for quarterbacks because they have to bring them along at an easier way. Then you add in the fact of field position. Certainly think it's a factor the last couple of years. Then you add in one other thing, and this is the return of the running back. I mean, look what Jonathan Taylor's doing. Look what Saquon Barkley did last year. Look what Derrick Henry's been doing. Guys are now, look at Bijan Robinson. Achane was trying to be featured in Miami. I mean, you've got, heck, even in Jacksonville. Look what Tampa did last year. So, like, we know, and this has been brewing for the last few years, the kickoff thing's new in the last 2 years. But what's really been brewing, I think, is maybe the tight end usage and the running back usage, which has changed some of these numbers. It's not just, okay, we're going to throw it 52 times a game. In fact, you don't want that. And that's one other thing, by the way, fantasy owners beware. Trevor Lawrence threw it like 90 times in the last 2 weeks. That ain't it. That can't happen. But nobody wants that to happen. If you're Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes, maybe you're like, okay, cool. Or even Stafford on occasion. But they don't want to, nobody wants to be throwing that much in the NFL. Take a break. Brent Austen Show, Action Sports Jax 24/7 Network. Again, there's a comment that says BTJ not being traded. Thank God. Yeah, that's the story. And I think when you made it to Monday, it was pretty obvious that wasn't happening anyway. But the idea was out there. And listen, we floated some potential hypothetical things last week, which was totally hypothetical. But I do believe you sit around rooms like this in NFL buildings and throw out every hypothetical possible. Why wouldn't you at least have said that to someone in the building? Not necessarily made calls and shopped them. But why wouldn't you also, if you're interested in a guy, you see what's going on, if you're the Seattle Seahawks, make a call to Jacksonville and be like, hey, what do you got down there? Are you guys even willing to have a conversation about this?
Yeah.
I guarantee you that's happened because I think it's normal for a lot of teams to do just that. I think that's how the Tyson Campbell thing came to fruition.
Yeah,
it wasn't like a premeditated, let's get rid of the guy.
No.
It was more a feel, and that's called taking calls. So I don't think the Rossini report was wrong, I guess is my point. But I also think you could say that almost on a weekly basis in the NFL. We'll be back.
Hi, I'm Greg Mackey from Cycles of Jacksonville. Whether you're looking for a side-by-side, ATV, motorcycle, or scooter, we have what you need.
Get a Moto Guzzi Stone Corsa for just $235 a month, or a Triumph Trident for as low as $207 a month, or the popular Honda Rebel 1100 DCT starting at a low $204 a month.
Stop by and choose your adventure from all of our great brands, only at Cycles of Jacksonville on Atlantic Boulevard. Family owned and operated since 1983.
Hello, I'm Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Since 2003, our firm has fought exclusively for the rights of men in family law. Divorce, modification of child support, alimony, custody, and more, all for men. A father is vitally important to a child's life, and being a man is not a reason to pay more in child support or alimony. I'm a single father. I get it. If you have a divorce or other family law issue, contact Kenny Lay & Associates at divorcemenonly.com.
We've been telling you about the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network for over a year now. How to find it, what to see. Simply put, it's TV online. Local sports content all day, every day. Just like this.
Did you always want to make history? Like, think that big, or just say, hey, I want to play in the NFL?
I always say I want to play in the NFL.
That's it back to her left side, takes a shot, and into the back of the net.
Oh, what a pass.
Oh, my goodness.
What a pass.
And they have been. We've been talking. We've been articulating.
I did have a sense that they wanted to be bold, that they wanted to make a splash.
Content you won't find on TV. Find it on actionsportsjax.com and just sit back and watch local sports all day on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network.
How do we make Mason's famous lobster rolls? It's simple. We get up before dawn, head into the open waters of Maine, haul in our traps by hand, and send only the best straight to our restaurants, where we add warm butter or chilled mayo with a squeeze of lemon and pile it on a toasted split-top roll, just like it's been done for nearly a century. That's the recipe for Mason's famous lobster rolls.
What's been going on?
We're both dealing with a lot of guilt right now.
Can't sleep, can't eat.
Eating.
You see that brand new Hyundai Santa Fe? We only paid $100 for it.
Looks like we're out of time. Breathing exercises. Inhale, exhale.
Enjoy the new car.
Okay, thanks.
Deal so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event.
Get a Hyundai Santa Fe with 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days, or get $3,500 bonus cash. Hurry in.
What a throw! Touchdown, Jaguars!
We're coming for you.
They're going to get him on the ground, and that's going to end the ball game.
We show no mercy. Lawrence looking deep in the end zone. Touchdown!
Duval! ETN is going to take it all the way.
Right here on CBS 47.
CBS 47. Right here.
Your official station of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
And the Jaguars strike first.
Go Jags.
You have the opportunity to explore what you might want to do with your life.
There's so many opportunities here that it can spark interest that you didn't even know you had.
Baker's Sports. It's a hometown business filled with hometown people trying to make you feel right at home.
Chris Conley, Jacksonville University.
Walker Wright, class of 2018, West Nassau High School.
Michael Young, Fletcher High School.
Baker Sports started in a grassroots way and now outfits much of the Southeast.
Samuel Coffrin, Paxton School for Advanced Studies.
High school sports, travel sports, youth sports of all kinds. They are a one-stop shop carrying Nike, Adidas, Under Armour brands, and more.
Vincent Caldas, Oak Leaf High School.
Tony Mazzio, Sandwood High School, class of 2002.
Whether it's sports teams on the field or it's your team in the workplace, like our Action Sports Jacks team, and community events like the Dream 18 Golf Tournament, and many others.
Cole Tilley, Hilliard High School.
Reagan Webb, Eagles View Academy.
Look good, feel good, play good with Baker Sports. Custom sports apparel since 1997. Shop with the hometown team at bakersport.com.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austin Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jacks 24/7 network.
Look at that logo. That's a good logo right there, isn't it? Kind of excited. Thinking about putting that on a hat. Got to get the budget going.
Eat your heart out, AI. That's the real deal.
That's the real deal.
That's the real
Danielle
deal right
did that.
there. Nice
We
job,
like that
Danielle.
logo. You think that'll look good on a hat? Maybe. Sure.
I mean, I can definitely see a shirt. I'm just trying to picture.
You're not a
if
hat
it's,
guy.
Well, no, but I'm trying to picture like if the logo is like a little smaller, how would
what
it
it's
come
going to
across?
look like.
You know?
Fair enough.
But I'm not a hat guy. Yes, I'm the wrong person to ask.
Well, like so for a shirt, but a big logo on the just center.
Well, I mean, you can go like on like the side.
Yeah,
I don't know what you'd
right here in the chest area.
Yeah, like the corner chest,
Yeah.
like by a nipple. You can call it. I can say that.
Yeah, you can.
By the nipple, or else we can go like just like a giant one.
The pocket.
The pocket. That's probably a little better, Kim. Thank you. Or else we can go with like a giant one down like the whole.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's kind of coming back now.
Is it?
Those shirts are like the giant like logos and stuff. Yeah. Because everything.
I didn't know it went away.
Oh, it's been gone for a little bit, Brent. But it's like a throwback. Like you see like the kids with like the Jaguars shirts, right?
Yeah.
And it's just like they're very loud.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a retro thing.
You know what else? Apparently, I just learned this in the last. Somebody hinted at it, and then I checked with Liv. But like skinny jeans are out.
Oh yeah, we and Liv were breaking this down after the show. Because
is that is that where I heard it?
I think so. Yeah. Because I was me and Liv after the show we had a segment where the WNBA posts like the walk up to the. And by the way, Brent, the season's over.
Yeah, I know.
And the Aces won.
Aces won.
Okay, gotcha.
The Sky did not.
Yeah, so like they did like the best of like game day outfits of players.
That's what you guys were talking about.
I showed Liv like Liv, which ones of these outfits could you like pull up with? So we kind of went through the list and everything.
She thought she could pull off most of them.
She did, and I appreciate it. And it's funny because like I love talking fashion. Now, not a fashionable guy,
no.
Right? Very, very plain, very generic, and that's okay. But like I do like talking fashion, so yeah, me and Liv got into like skinny jeans are out, and now it's more of like the baggy, loose fitting is back in.
Yep. Like who decided that?
Yeah, that's a good question. The rich people.
I highly doubt it.
What do you mean? Like the high status people, like the who's who in Hollywood say, hey, you know what? We're done with these skinny jeans. I'm not comfortable. I'm sweating. I'm chafing in these. Let's get some more loose fitting stuff.
He's like Taylor Swift?
Nope, I don't think so. Because like I don't think she's like really the most. Like she's more music than fashion. I feel like it's more of like actors and actresses.
Like a Kardashian?
Sure. There you go.
They determine?
Mm-hmm. I think some Kardashians do.
So the influencers, though.
Yeah. And by the way, remember we had the conversation about the American Dream?
Yeah.
I thought about this the entire weekend.
You did?
I did. I put some time and effort, and it brought me on a new segment where we should, like, each week on Friday, we should have a topic of, like, who's the American Dream, and then we all got to bring in our top 5 and see who has the best list. So that could be a game going forward. Yeah, go and write it down, because I'm not going to remember it.
Well, yeah, because there's another one. Like, I kind of like, I have to start writing down these, because I like the fantasy rant you guys went on, because you guys got emotional, even though I don't do it, so I don't have it.
Yeah.
And you guys, like, Tuesday fantasy rant needs to be a thing.
But I thought about it, and I know it's going to get some blowback, but when you look at, like, what the American Dream is, I think Kim Kardashian is part of the American Dream.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't feel good admitting it.
Yeah, but
obviously that it wasn't like there, it wasn't like,
How about like a Paul brother?
Sure, yeah, absolutely, Brent. Yeah, for how successful they are. Like, I think from where Kim Kardashian, and I get Kim Kardashian came from a family that was already pretty well off to do.
Yeah.
But I think from what she started as, how she got famous in the first place, and now from like where she is now, she's like a billion. Yeah, that's the American dream.
Yeah.
Because if I started where she was, I'm getting locked. I'm getting put in a padded room. It's like, what were you thinking? But when Kim Kardashian does it, Skims, boom, makeup, boom, hair, boom. Like, yeah, here's $1 billion.
Here's $1 billion.
Yeah, I do it. It's like,
she's been very smart.
Yeah, props to you. So I think that's one of the American dreams is like literally you take something that shouldn't be famous for.
Yeah, fair enough.
And you despise all odds and you become one of the most successful and rich people in the entire world.
In one way, though, you're kind of like, why do you have to be rich to fulfill the American dream? Like, it does feel like it goes hand in hand, but I don't know if that should be a thing.
Yeah, because money can't buy happiness, right? Bro?
Yeah. But, like, there are great stories. So, and maybe that's not the case. I just think we associate it with it.
Yeah.
Like, I think if you actually dug deep into the American dream, then you probably wouldn't always land on a rich person.
Mm-hmm.
Someone that's rich in life, maybe, but not necessarily their bank account.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I mean, yeah. Or you can just take what George Carlin said, and that's why it's called the American dream, because you have to be sleeping to actually believe in it. That's what George Carlin said. Not me, Brent. I'm George Carlin, man.
The couple other things I want to get to is anybody else cheating in the NBA over the weekend?
I mean, I sent you guys the text message. Chauncey Billups came out rocking the, LeBron's agency.
This was when he was leaving prison.
So,
being indicted or arrested or jailed
at the courthouse.
Whatever,
yeah, had to go and get
wherever you go when you get arrested. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess.
Where do you actually go when you get arrested?
Oh,
jail first, then prison, jail, then court.
I mean, do you want me to tell I don't want to tell my story. I can tell it.
Where did you land?
From what it was 3:00 in the morning, so I was kind of out of it. But from what I remember, I got booked in the prison. But so first you go, you get dropped off in the underground garage. Didn't even know it was there, right? So it's like an underground place. This is Eau Claire, Wisconsin, so who knows?
Yeah.
Okay.
Underneath the courthouse?
Yeah. So you go there, you get fingerprinted and everything. Then, picture. And then
Can we find that?
I'm sorry? My mugshot?
Yeah.
You should call him. You use your power of
I might.
Use your power of the media.
I might.
You still got those Austin Lane mugshot photos? I wasn't smiling, I'll tell you that much.
weren't?
I don't think so. I was kind of yeah.
you were the emoji.
You ever watched The Office?
Yeah.
Jim
I'm not
Halpert?
yeah.
So when Jim looks at the camera, he's like,
Yeah.
that's what I was doing. I was like, yikes, I'm getting drafted in a couple weeks. This could be bad. But then, I just sat there a little bit, and then I got to leave. So, I didn't have to go to a courthouse. It was all just, at the station.
Oh, that was it?
That was it. Yeah. But
that was like a misdemeanor.
Yeah, it was, what do they call it as? Disorderly conduct.
Okay.
Which, it's the story of my life, dude. I'm always disorderly. What else is new? Whether it's
Just
in public
a little
or at
over
home.
the line that time.
Yeah.
But, that's different than, Chauncey Billups is a federal indictment, right?
Yeah. So I feel like you got to go there, probably take your pictures and everything, your thumbprints, and then probably read a bunch of things.
He was in there for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the point is, when he left, I feel like he left making a statement because he had LeBron James agency. And
Clutch.
A lot of people, Clutch Sports, yeah. And a lot of people, once again, I'm just reporting, not taking sides here, Brent, but a lot of people feel that that was a message to Clutch Sports saying either you guys help me out or you're all coming with me.
Wow. Do you think anybody is going to turn in this deal? Really turn? That?
I think
you think so?
I'm not saying it's going to be Chauncey Billups.
Yeah, it could be.
I think, depending how deep. Yeah, I think depending how deep this goes, I think there's going to be one guy that doesn't have a lot of equity in terms of cash and everything, and is maybe looking for a bargain just to be like, hey, man, this is either going to ruin my life or I got to give up some names, and I think that's going to happen.
The other side of that is, do you think people are going to be unwilling to do anything because of the association with the
mafia?
mob?
Yeah.
Because, again, this seems very superficial from our vantage point, right? But it's probably not. It feels you're so far away from it. It's easy to say why wouldn't they, or why wouldn't this, or whatever. But if it's really mafia mob like we know it or used to know it or feel like we knew it.
You don't want to go against them.
Well, yeah, that's some, you know, because our big question coming out of last week was how deep does this run? And, well, my guess is there's probably a lot of depth. And if there's a lot of depth, well, you risk a lot. You risk potentially harm, but even on the higher levels of an Adam Silver or somebody else, you risk ruining the league.
Yeah.
So what is there? There's a lot to protect. And when you have a lot to protect, I think not a lot gets unearthed. And it's very, in my opinion, it becomes very much like many think politics is or a Washington, D.C. is or a whatever. I mean, it's one big threat that just continually gets squashed and buried. And because if any of the tentacles come to life, it could be the end.
Yeah.
You know, in a weird way. Maybe I've just been watching too many shows.
No, I mean, so here's how I think about that. And I get because my mind goes there as well, where it's like, okay, if I was in a situation, which I'm not, like I'll stick to my minimal hard rock bets and call it a day, right?
And your disorderly conduct.
And my disorderly conduct, and then we'll call it a day. But like, if I'm in that situation and I really don't know like how deep it goes, yeah, Brent, I probably wouldn't give it any because I would rather have the peace of mind and do my jail time and pay my fines than saying, okay, well, this guy did it, this guy did it, this guy did it. And now I'm walking the streets looking over my shoulder every single day.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, I get where you're coming from. The other side, though, to that argument, and once again, this is getting kind of deep in conspiracy theories and everything, but you know who Cat Williams is.
Yeah.
You know, Cat Williams went on a little bit of a tangent a couple years ago, speaking out against Hollywood and the people that were maybe bought by Hollywood and everything. And I always thought, like, when Cat Williams did that, like, dude, I get maybe you're doing this for attention, maybe for a stand-up special, but, like, you're mentioning people that probably don't want to be mentioned.
Yeah.
And, like, I'm always worried, like, dude, what happens if something happens to Cat Williams? You know, like, he might show up missing one day because of who he's speaking out against. He's still here. He's still doing his thing. So I'm like, okay, well, if Cat Williams can say what he said about, like, the elite of the elite, and yeah, maybe he hasn't gotten, like, enough movie roles. Maybe, like, for some reason we type in his name, like, you don't see the comedy specials, so maybe he's harder to find.
Yeah.
But he's still with us. Then it leads me to believe, like, okay, well, then should you really be that afraid?
Yeah, but maybe that also is under the umbrella of comedy, which also can be discerned as two different things.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Whereas this would be a totally different deal of turning people into the police.
True.
Right?
But I think whether it's comedy, whether it's like sports, though, I think it all kind of falls in the same umbrella in terms of, like, fandom and entertainment.
Yeah, it's fascinating. The whole thing is wild, and it can't be just like you said. Today earlier in our first break, I think Austin's like, "Well, yeah, so I guess we're just back to normal in the NBA, right?"
Yeah,
and it kind of does feel like, okay, here we go again. We're just gonna like nobody wants to deep dive into any of this stuff, and this is where this has nothing to do with that, but this is where I'm probably wasting my breath a lot, but I also kind of feel strong about what I've said for years and years and years about big-time college athletics. And now I'm on the AD side because if the coaches and other people aren't good, it's like, okay, who's paying for this stuff, right? Like, where's accountability? But my big thought, my soapboxy thought for years and years in college sports, and again, this has nothing to do with the NBA thing, but is that this is the big-time coaches' faults. Like, I think head coaches in football and basketball help, and really sports in general in college, help create where we are today. Mm-hmm. But nobody wants to go back and do that. Nobody wants to. What's the point? Like, we are where we are. It's almost like they all got away with it, but they don't get any of the blame for it. And I'm kind of like, what the hell, man? You guys created this much. You guys complain all the time about it, and you created it. You absolutely created it. That's my belief. But
I agree with you.
It's also a wasted kind of breath because guess what? We like our college football on Saturdays and March Madness in March, and we just do what we do because we just kind of conform to what it is.
Yeah.
So that's going to win the day. And you kind of wonder if in a whole different situation, this whole NBA deal is just going to be like, well, give me my NBA back. Thank you.
Yeah.
It's week 1, and I want to talk about Luka and Cooper Flag and whatever else, right?
Yeah, Luka's going to be out for a little while now. Wemby. I mean, yeah, See, I guess this is the problem now, I think, Brent, with the world that we live in and the social media era when it comes to sports as well. You have a guy in Pete Rose, and I didn't grow up necessarily around when Pete Rose was accused of I guess he wasn't accused, he was found guilty, correct, of betting on baseball. Now, he was betting on he admitted it, but he was betting on himself, right? Like, he never bet against his team, so he wasn't throwing games as far as I'm concerned. Correct me if I'm wrong.
They never found, at least that I know of, unless I've lost this in the sauce too, that he bet for the Reds to lose.
Yeah, it was always for him to win.
Yes.
Okay. Still betting, still wrong, but like at least like he was trying to go out there and be like, okay, I better do good or else, I'm going to lose my bet. Like, okay, so you're betting on yourself. More power to you. I feel like that was a big story in the news cycle for a long time, and it's still even big to today because we're talking about the Hall of Fame, whether it should be in or not.
So it gets brought up.
So that story still gets brought up and everything. I feel like now, and like you mentioned it, we live in a news cycle now on social media where it's like, oh, wow. Well, and once again, maybe Windhorst is going back on his word a little bit.
Sounds like a little. He pulled it back a bit.
Interesting, but okay.
Yeah, also interesting.
Interesting. Did you have some SUVs pull up to the driveway and want to hang out a little bit? Interesting.
Or was it a call from Adam Silver?
Or maybe a call from Adam Silver, right? Maybe Adam Silver was going like that. But the point is that there was accusations of the NBA taking a player out saying he was hurt when he wasn't because they wanted to just put this under the rug. This happens 20 years ago. This ain't going away. This is leading every single ESPN broadcast. This is leading every single, like, Good Morning America. Like, it's that big of a story. But now it's like, did you see Wemby had 2 blocks back to back and then he hit a 3-pointer from half court? That's insane. Oh, what? Who was the players again that got? I don't care. Oh, did you see Luka just got hurt back? Who he's going to be out a couple weeks? Like, nobody cares.
Yeah.
And I guess if nobody cares, then why should I put so much time and effort into it?
Yeah, and I think you're right on. I do not think we care. And I've been saying this for a long time in college basketball. We know they're cheating. We know they were cheating. We don't care. Give me the bracket.
Yeah.
It's our fault too. Like, it's a systemic thing that we're just like, yeah, but I want to be able to watch.
Yeah.
And we're guilty of that because that's we're greedy about that.
Mm-hmm.
There are some people that can sit there and watch the steroid era of baseball, turn off baseball, and never watch it again.
Yeah.
There are some people that can watch players kneel down the national anthem and say, hey, I'm never going to watch it again. But guess what? 95% of the people that said they were never going to watch it again have come back and watched it again.
Yeah. Now,
right? I don't know the number. I'm just saying.
I know, Brent. We'll see with this Bad Bunny Super Bowl performance now because people are up in arms about that one. That might be the straw that breaks the camel's back.
Yeah.
Going to put Bad Bunny at halftime? Okay.
And by the way, the Kaepernick thing, when we were talking about at that time, we said it. We're like, they'll be back.
Of course.
And we were right. They'll be back. They were back. Most of them are back. I'm not telling you nobody watched. I mean, some people stuck to their guns there, sure.
I mean, did you see the Jaguars Chiefs numbers in terms of Monday Night Football?
Exactly. Look at the numbers. So, yeah, I guess it's our fault too, in a sense. Not mine or yours.
It's
or
just it's too
just
big
the
to
way
fail.
it is. It's too big to fail. Yeah. And even with stuff like this, it's too big to fail. And that's a very political kind of look at it, right? Because it's Washington's too big to fail.
It is, yeah. I mean, listen, we always say that sports mirror real life.
Yeah.
Classic example right there.
But that's where we kind of remind ourselves once in a while of this, and I think we do this for a living, and it's awesome, it's great, and all this different stuff that happens is cool. What a week we have here in Jacksonville, and there's some good, and there's some not so good sometimes. Whatever, all of it. But sports has now become so big, and nobody knew it would be this big in 2025. That's the thing. It's so societal-wise, it is huge. From all different demographics, all different ages, everything. And I don't know if it's peaking, but it's certainly as high as it's ever been, if not the highest it's ever been.
I think it's...
especially when it comes to football.
I think it's bigger than music even. It's bigger than Hollywood.
Yeah, I don't know that, but it seems like it.
I just think on a global scale.
That's a good call. Yeah, it might be. One last thought on this. As I look at a tweet right now from Front Office Sports that says, with the reported firing of Brian Kelly, college football teams are on the hook for $169 million in buyouts this season. So Brian Kelly, 53, James Franklin, 50, Billy Napier, 21, Mike Gundy, 15. Boy, they really got off scot-free. Mm-hmm. So that's all those buyouts. I guess I would just ask this, and maybe even the same for an NBA thing, is where's the tipping point? Like, what is the tipping point in college athletics to be like, okay, we're not doing that anymore? Like, we're not doing that. And that's where I always say, that's up to you, school presidents. You have lost institutional control as a president. Boosters, board of trustees, whatever. That's up to you guys to decide. Because if you let the boosters actually, and the AD, and the sports world do it, just got to keep doing it. As long as the money's coming in.
Yeah.
You know, so I do wonder, like, specifically to college football, because it's a topic we had today, like, where is the tipping point? And then I guess you could ask the same thing. How many people would have to be found, you know, to be associated with this stuff in the NBA where you're like, okay, that's too much. The steroid era was a big thing. Like, it got people off baseball. Baseball, some would argue, still suffers from that. Mm-hmm. And that was a tipping point in the sport of baseball for some, and it's rallied, and Major League Baseball's in a healthy spot. But it's a 20-year difference. Like, go back and look at that point. Or it was the strike. Go back to the 90s strike and then the steroid era and all those things that rolled into it. I do believe we could look back in 20 years and say this was somewhat of a tipping point of sorts when it comes to the NBA, this whole thing. But how big of a tipping point, I don't know.
Yeah, honestly, I don't think there's any tipping. Because what would you be talking about for college football? What is LSU going to come out there and say, you know what, guys? It's getting a little too rough out here. There's way too much money getting thrown around. And yeah, we're the mighty LSU, but you know what? We're going to make a stand right here, right now. No guaranteed money, no buyout deals. The next coach that comes in here, you got to earn that. You can't do that.
Well, I do think they could collude. They could collude to say Jimmy Sexton's not going to run college football. Because Jimmy Sexton's kind of created this.
He has, but...
And I'm not killing him for it. I'm just saying he has.
You're not going to control NIL. And you're not going to be able to control the contracts of college coaches. Like, it's too cutthroat. It's an arms race, and that's just the way that it is. And we can sit here and say the AD's made it this way. It's the NCAA's fault. There's plenty of blame to go around. But if you're a big-time school like an LSU, like a Florida, you have no choice but to fall in line.
Yeah. I actually think it's fascinating to watch Tallahassee because they can't buy out Norvell for the price tag right now, and it might be a better cycle to not be able to now that all these jobs are open, because you'd be forced into paying somebody that probably is your fourth or fifth choice. Mm-hmm. So I think it's a break for Florida State, and I don't know if FSU fans would feel like that, but I actually think they could be in a situation they have to stay with Norvell and the staff right now, and that might suck in them right now, but it might help them actually down the road. All right, let's take a break. Brent Austen Show, Action Sports Jax 24/7 Network. Lou says NBA needed something to bring attention to them because I hadn't watched them in years. It's like, I don't know if this was it. I'm not sure if this would be the attention getter that they actually need. This could really hurt the league in many respects as well. We'll be back, put a bow on the show here on a Monday. As the Jags get back to work, we'll update you on anything you might have missed. When it's time to get a new car for anyone in your family, just remember, nobody but Nimnick, the #1 Buick GMC dealer in Jacksonville. Get the latest price breaks on 2023 and 2024 models or the newest 2025 vehicles in the showroom on Phillips Highway or shop online at NimnickBuickGMC.com 24 hours a day. GMC Sierras, Yukons, and the redesigned Acadias, or get the all-new redesigned line with Buicks. It's nobody but Nimnick, and part of the reason why is this is a first-class buying experience here at Nimnick Buick GMC. You're not just a customer, you're a friend. This is about getting a vehicle that best fits you and getting you on the road, and also helping you and your family down the road. Nimnick has a treating you right guarantee, courtesy, respect, fairness, and most Buicks, GMCs, and Jacksonville's only Car Bravo dealer, nobody but Nimnick. Who has put in the most years and stands behind a better experience? Nobody but Nimnick. GMC. We are professional grade.
Putting your needs first. It's the backbone of how First Florida Credit Union does business. In all honesty, you might as well be speaking another language when it comes to finances. Sure, I'm good with my money, but what am I missing in the fine print? That's what led me to First Florida Credit Union. They're the perfect choice for anyone starting their financial journey because they keep finances easy. Plus, they offer financial education and resources I can trust. So I'm always growing more confident. And as a young adult, I am constantly adding more responsibilities to my plate. From a car payment to a mortgage, it all adds up. Luckily, First Florida Credit Union makes sure it adds up in all the right places and not the wrong ones by offering better rates and lower fees than traditional banks, even if you're still trying to grow your credit. Because as a member-owned institution, First Florida genuinely puts people's needs first rather than focusing on profit. So I know as my needs change, they'll be right there to help me reach my goals. Check out firstflorida.org to learn how you can benefit too.
It's one of the hot spots in the area.
Welcome you to String Sports Brewery out at the beach. Big crowd on hand tonight. The fans are here.
And now, the newest hot spot at the beach is open. String Sports Brewery in Jax Beach has opened its doors with rave reviews.
We're going to be fans forever.
Cozy up to the bar. Grab a seat in the sports-themed restaurant, or grab a seat outside and feel that breeze coming off the beach as the weather warms. Just like the original location in Springfield, try the popular beer menu and come for lunch or dinner too, because the food is fantastic.
We got a special guest in the house. He's happy. He's feeling good. He's Trayvon Walker.
It's where we hosted Jags Report Live in the football season, and the String Sports Brewery staff can't wait to host you. Hey, welcome back here to String Sports Brewery. And if you haven't checked out the new location in Jax Beach, you got to do it. String Sports Brewery, now with 2 locations in Springfield and now open in Jax Beach on Penman Road.
Hi, I'm Greg Mackey from Cycles of Jacksonville. Whether you're looking for a side-by-side, ATV, motorcycle, or scooter, Honda has what you need.
The Honda Talon. Ultimate performance meets family-friendly fun. Prices starting at $363 a month. Or the sporty Honda CBR 650 starting at an affordable $204 a month.
Stop by and choose your adventure from a full line of Honda products. Only at Cycles of Jacksonville on Atlantic Boulevard. Family owned and operated since 1983.
Hello, I'm Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Since 2003, our firm has fought exclusively for the rights of men in family law. Divorce, modification of child support, alimony, custody, and more, all for men. A father is vitally important to a child's life, and being a man is not a reason to pay more in child support or alimony. I'm a single father. I get it. If you have a divorce or other family law issue, contact Kenny Lay & Associates at divorcemenonly.com.
CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing is taking their 75-plus years of expertise and expanding to CGC Home Services. Water treatment and plumbing is still a big part of what they do, and now they can do even more for you. Home services like kitchen and bathroom remodeling, showers, sinks, faucets, toilet repair, backflow testing, and the list keeps going. Find all they can do at cgchomeservices.com or give them a call, 904-298-7052. It's a new look and a new name with the same expertise. They've been serving homes like yours since 1946. CGC Home Services, right here in Jacksonville off St. John's Bluff Road, 904-298-7052. And visit cgchomeservices.com. Florida license number CFC 1432579.
Welcome back to the Brent and Austin Show, streaming on the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network.
Monday morning quarterback report driven by your local Hyundai dealers, and now there's even more to love. And, the Jags, we don't have to really worry about them on a Sunday. It was a nice emotionless Sunday for Jags fans. But in a weird way, they got some help, too, I think, because the playoff picture continues to be defined or get more defined as you go along. I mean, we're now 8 weeks into the season. Some have only played 7 games, but the haves and have-nots in the playoff picture, if you go through that, and it feels very early. I understand this, right, to look at the playoff picture here in Jacksonville, but I say why not? You're 4-3. You're one of the 9 teams that right now you would say have a chance, a legitimate chance to make the playoffs. I think Cincinnati Bengals fans probably feel like they do, but they're 3-5. They still have, that was a bad loss yesterday. If they had won that game, I would have put them in this conversation. For now, I'm going to leave them out. And the Jags are one of 9 teams, which I even include Houston, and they have, here's the reality of it. They're tied with the Chiefs, and we all know the Chiefs are probably going to finish better than the Jags, but they have a game in hand because they're the tiebreaker over the Chiefs. And the team right behind them that I factor in here, Houston, 1 game behind, and they beat Houston. So the 2 teams behind them, they actually beat. And they get to face the Chargers here at home, and we'll see if they can beat them because that's a team directly in front of them right now. So that is your Monday morning quarterback report driven by your local Hyundai dealers. Now there's even more to love, and you should love the fact that the Jags are right here with 10 games to go. Now we wonder what the heck they're going to do. The other big story, Liam Cohen talked today. They are not trading Brian Thomas Jr. He addressed that rumor from over the weekend. And Jags go back to work. We'll figure out how healthy they get. We have Trayvon Walker on the show tonight on Jags Report Live, 7 o'clock, String Sports Brewery in Jax Beach. You can watch that at CBS 47 because the World Series is on Fox 30. And, hey, they need Trayvon Walker. Like, they need to get him back. 33 snaps in 3 games, missed the Chiefs game. They're way low on sacks, as we were talking throughout the show. They're an anomaly right now. They're the last place team in sacks, and they're still in the playoff picture. There's only one other team that's like that. That's San Francisco, toward the bottom of pass rush. So they have got to find something. But I'm not sure just Trayvon and Josh are the guys. They have got to get better play from the interior. And, man, I've been saying it for 4 years. You've been saying it for 4 years. We've been saying it for 4 years. I don't know if they've got it.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, and I still assume Eric Armstead is your quarterback sack leader right now.
He is.
In the clubhouse and everything. But whether it's, 2.5 he has?
Is 3.5.
3.5, I'm sorry, correction. Your leading sack getter 7 games into the season probably has to be better than 3.5. Right?
Well, not only 3.5, but he's not a guy that's dominating consistently.
No, for sure.
And I'm not saying it's a fluke that he has 3.5. He's made some nice plays.
No, and I think like he's doing what I think what we expected him to do on the interior wise, but like from a consistent standpoint, I think it could be a little better. I think consistently this defensive line could be better. So, yeah, like listen, we're not breaking any news here. The stats are there for everybody to see, and if we can see it, we know James Gladstone can see it. You can see it, right? And all the analytics and everything. Now, it's like I said, quarterback sacks are just one analytic. And they're an important one because they build contracts that get you paid, but they're not everything when you describe a defense. But it does mean something. So I think that the narrative's got to be, well, if we're having this conversation, I guarantee James Gladstone's had the conversation as well. And if there's guys out there that can try to elevate those numbers a little bit, then how can you not make a play for it? Because that's been your MO, where if there's an opportunity to get better, you've taken it.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it. Again, they have got to figure that out. And by the way, if they don't figure it out this year, they got to figure it out in the offseason. They have got to get some more of that interior help. Just hasn't manifested itself. Hey, we were just talking in the break about Jordan Love and Aaron Rodgers last night. Mm-hmm. Pretty interesting Now, listen, the Packers, they've won 1 Super Bowl in the last however many years, whatever that goes back to.
Yeah.
But it's an unbelievable run at quarterback, and we've documented that, known that. Everybody knows that, from Favre to Rodgers to Love. And then it's almost like the really good organizations even get a night like last night, where I thought Rodgers was going to be the guy that probably won Pittsburgh. They'd have him ready to go. They're up 16-7. And it's actually the Packers that, on the back of a 20 straight completion, 360-yard performance, 3 touchdowns. Their young guy outduels the old guy who you replaced, and it's like, yep, here we go. Get used to this for another 10 years in Green Bay.
Oh, yeah. Spoiled, man. It's an embarrassment of riches.
It's unbelievable.
Like, that's why it drives me crazy. And I've spoken this on the show a little bit as well. Like, you think about the times that we've had here in Jacksonville in terms of trying to find the quarterback and everything, and now it's like, and I told you this during the break, you know what, Trevor? It's like, all right, there's 2 sides. And for whatever reason, like it's been more polarizing than ever. In Green Bay, they're arguing about, okay, well, can we cheer for Aaron Rodgers? Should we not cheer for Aaron Rodgers? Well, we want to see him do good. He did a lot for Green Bay. We got Jordan Love now, but I don't like him as a person. You know, it's like that's the Civil War. It's like, okay, Aaron Rodgers is gone. Can we still cheer for him or not? Like that's as violent and as polarizing as it gets in Green Bay. How you feel about Aaron Rodgers.
And it's crazy. I'm not sure they deserve it after some of the moves they made, like not ever picking a first-round guy to help Aaron Rodgers out, or some of the receivers they have now. Now they've hit the tight ends, but here's what they do. They have consistency. They have continuity. And that's, again, kind of one of my things. You want to? This was my whole beef last week. You want to compare 2 50-year guys in Jordan Love and Trevor Lawrence? That dude's had the same people for 5 years. That's the difference to me. I mean, I don't know. They might be different quarterbacks anyway. Jordan Love might just be better. But 5 years with the same guy, Same system, same play, same everything. It's certainly a helper.
It helps, and granted, Jordan Love has been able to sit a little bit as well.
He got to sit
right?
too a little bit, yeah.
So I think that helped.
And Trevor
him out.
was never going to sit.
But in terms of weapons and everything,
just okay.
It's not like I feel like Green Bay has got an embarrassment of riches in terms of their offense. If you have the Green Bay offense in fantasy football in terms of their skill players, set aside from Josh Jacobs, God bless you, because it's literally a roulette wheel of, okay, well, who's going to hit this week? All right, Tucker Kraft or, Musgraves. You never know. It's just in Green Bay, and this is why I don't want to say I despise Pat, because I love Green Bay. But, they don't know pain and suffering because they've always had a quarterback. As far as I can remember, it was Brett Favre, it was Aaron Rodgers, it was Jordan Love. They've never had a stress. Oh, and what a correlation. When you have a franchise quarterback in line, no kidding, you're not really stressed out too much.
Yeah.
Because you always got the guy that's going to carry you guys.
Yeah, and he doesn't week in, week out play like he did last night. He's not like MVP of the league conversation guy. He has some okay moments, but he shows you the ceiling enough times where it's like, oh, okay.
That's what you spend your money on. That's your franchise guy right there.
Yeah, pretty good. All right, we got to get out of here. Brent Austen Show back at it tomorrow, 10 a.m. Thanks, Kim, for sitting in. Hamby will be here tomorrow, 10 a.m. until 1 p.m. We'll see you tonight. Jags Report live from String Sports Brewery. You can watch it on CBS 47. Most of us know how to throw. But you need to know what to throw. I'm not talking about footballs, baseballs, softballs. We're talking about those items you need to recycle. Republic Services explains it easy. Recycling simplified. 1. Know what to throw. When in doubt, throw it out. 2. Empty, clean, and dry those materials. It takes an extra minute, but it makes a big difference. And 3. Don't bag it. This makes the recycling process faster and more efficient. This is a look at the Republic Services North Florida Recycling Center. You can make this process even more efficient. By utilizing those 3 steps, Republic Services can help you become a better recycler in your home. Learn more at recyclingsimplified.com.
For the game day hustle and every day in between, juggling my show Jag Social to going under the Friday night lights and a social life, it's a daily tournament, but this ride, MVP status. The all-new 2024 Lincoln Nautilus isn't just my car, it's my personal locker room, office on the go, and VIP lounge on wheels. Let's talk tech. My profile remembers everything from customizing my dash display to setting the ambient lighting and my signature scent. And wireless charging, essential for live tweeting scores. Whether I'm packing for a beach day with friends or heading to the gym, there's space for every passion. After dominating all day, this becomes my recovery zone. The massage feature is like having a personal PT on call. Life's a non-stop game, but with this ride, I'm always on my A game. The 2024 Lincoln Nautilus. Drive your passion.
If you don't see a pit, it ain't legit. When you hear that, you think Bono's Pit Barbecue, a staple in Northeast Florida now for 75 years. A place that feels like home with friendly service. A meeting place for friends, family, or business occasions. On the menu, the corn nuggets are a favorite in our house, but there's something for everyone. Sandwiches, platters, salads, sides, desserts, and family feasts. You see Bono's all over the place in Northeast Florida. You know, there are almost 20 locations in the Jacksonville area now, so stop on by, sit down, and dine in with Bono's. You can also take it to go. There are drive-thrus in many of the locations, and they have delivery options too. Just download the Bono's app to make things easy. I signed up for the loyalty program, and you can too to get special offers. If Jacksonville is home, few things feel more Jacksonville than Bono's Pit Barbecue. Celebrate 75 years and many more to come. Bono's Pit Barbecue. If you don't see a pit, it ain't legit.
People helping people. It's at the core of what Alive Credit Union is all about, and it's been that way for over 70 years. From the start in 1954 to today, the mission remains to inspire financial wellness and give you a financially fit lifestyle. Alive Credit Union and its employees are committed to not only serving their valued members, but also our community here in Northeast Florida. I had a chance to see that commitment firsthand as Alive partnered with our Action Sports Jacks 24/7 team to bring you Armada men's and women's soccer broadcasts. Inside the 18, it is a shot, and it's a goal! Chloe Chivers! And that connection to the community continues with Alive Credit Union's support of the Police Athletic League of Jacksonville. Alive Credit Union's commitment to our community also involves serving the financial needs of all first responders through the recent merger partnership with City and Police Federal Credit Union. Join the community and become a member of Alive Credit Union today. Find out the many ways you can be inspired in financial wellness at alivecu.coop.
Welcome inside the Armor Guard exterior and gutter helmet showroom. There's a lot going on, like glass exteriors, replacement windows, and down there we have the retractable screens and awnings, plus hurricane protection. Let's talk more about those gutters, and to do that, we bring in Kevin. He's the owner, he's the expert. Why Gutter Helmet?
Well, Gutter Helmet's truly the only maintenance-free product. It lets the trash and debris go on the ground, the water wraps around and goes inside. Unlike filters, they sit on top of the gutters, and the trash and debris build up on top of filters, which requires maintenance. With Gutter Helmet, we're going to keep you off the ladder, the most dangerous thing in your garage. With Gutter Helmet, you'll never clean your gutters again. So get off the ladder and put on the helmet. Gutter Helmet.
Get a free estimate at gutterhelmetofnorthflorida.com. You can also call 904-762-7779 or visit the showroom on St. John's Bluff Road in Jacksonville.